Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, to the eye test. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor and privilege and pleasure to be with you tonight. Sorry we had to miss last week. I thought I was going to be able to do a show last week. However, I was on the road. Had to make an emergency soiree trip. And in doing so, there were places that didn't have the internet or reliable internet where, you know, I could sit down, set up, and get ready for you guys and give you the show that you wanted to have. All right, let's cut the music here. Oh, man, I guess I won't pay them. All right, tonight, our subject is going to be the reconstruction of a National Football League team. Our off season, after our regular season last year, was kind of looking blue, kind of looking bad. But infusion, a light, a new spirit was ignited after the hiring of Raheem Morris. There is a joke that I heard a long time ago about a man who was going down the road in the country, going down a dirt road. Lady stops him. Hey, Billy Bob, where you going? Well, I tried to join the army, but I couldn't join because of my speech. All right, Billy Bob, you might, hey, don't know what to tell you. I'll see you later. About 3 months later, old Billy Bob got a suitcase and a backpack and is trying to make it up the road past this lady's house as fast as he can. And she hollers at him, hey, Billy Bob, where you going? I'm going to join the army. So why are you joining the army, Billy Bob? I thought they had turned you down. Well, ma'am, speech making's over. They want fighters now. That's where we are right now. Yeah. That's where we are right now. Okay, they tired of making speeches. Everybody wearing the nice suits. Everybody impressing everybody. It's time to get the fight. And they needed old Billy Bob because it wasn't looking too good on the front. They didn't need for him to talk. They needed for him to get the fight. And that's exactly where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We did all of the suit wearing. We did all of the smoozing. We pointed at watches and wearing the nice suits with the nice creased pants, the shirts that are ironed to the nines. It's time to put the rubber to the road. And in discussing this situation, and this time I have my compadre, the man from up north, up there right off of I-95 at the seat of power, 100 miles away from the seat of power, Mr. Winston Thornton. Welcome in. And I got C-Dub right over there in Winder. Is it Winder? When you drink with the pinky finger out, it's called Winder.
Well, yeah,
it's Winder. It's Winder, but it's Winder.
when you have the country folks will say Winder. The snobby people want to say Winder, but we just look at it. We just look at it and go, it's Winder.
No, okay. All 316 a smidge in there.
Yeah. Right before you get to Athens.
And welcome, guys. Good to have you. Good to be with you, because this is the beginning of work week, off-season activities. Now, hey man, this is always a time of year where I've experienced overreaction, overloading, underreaction, hold your horses, all of it, because this is the first time that people will be up at Flowery Branch to do football business other than in the business center. They got a great big old field down there. Yep. With about 5 or 6 football fields where, various portions of the team do business. And me, honestly, I can't wait until training camp, because I'm going to fight those July flies and June bugs and hopper grasses. That's what we call them hopper grass.
You bringing a whole lot of old school to us today.
Hey, man.
It's all good. I mean, I had to fight a few myself.
I'm going to fight them all. I'm going to be out there. And, if need be, hey, man, if I need to go coach, I will coach. Everybody knows I will coach. For the little time I'll be there, I will coach.
We'll be looking at John. Yeah, he's with us. Yeah, we'll go into. Yeah, our bad.
No. I don't want y'all to get in no trouble. I'm gonna take this one by myself, because there were just times, man, during the coaching. What are you doing? I would just go off the rails right beside they would have a spot where the fence would be, and I would be right up against the fence. Hey man, when you gonna tell that man to stop doing this? Hey man, you need to step back. You need to step back, man. I'm on my side of the fence. I ain't got to go nowhere. Get that man. Get off my field. You ain't no damn coach.
Look, hey, Winston, you know how this goes. If we're like in a group and John's doing that, we're all got to look at it and go, all right, we got to go. Come on, guys.
No,
John, you are our leader. We got to work with you.
Look, look. I appreciate the sentiment. But I don't want to ruin you guys' experience doing anything. If I start that mess, I'm going to take the heat. I'll take the fall. I'll go. And I'll see y'all on the other side, and won't be nothing said, because I did. I did. But let's go ahead and, well, anybody got anything to say before we jump into it? Because, see, I wanted to get to that part of training camp last. But there is some unfinished business that we need to take care of from the previous regime about certain things that took place there that I wanted to go over, if you guys don't mind. But anything you guys want to say before we jump into this thing?
I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Yeah, man. I mean, we didn't get to really get together after we heard, what we got to hear a little bit of. And then it's like, then we hear Raheem talk for the first time. I will say this, man. After hearing Raheem talk to the team, I was like, I was hearing Chris and Smitty. They were like ready to run through walls. And I'm like, man, I'm ready just to, let's go. I mean, because I was like, that's what you wanted to hear. So I can't wait.
Sitting there listening to Raheem talk, man, that made me want to throw on some shoulder pads and hit 95.
I knew you would feel that way, because I knew it.
Yeah, I come on out there and walk on.
Hey, you got a chance. Winston, you got some eligibility left. You can do it.
I go on back to return a couple kicks. I done got old now. Today's my birthday, man. I done turned 37. I got old now.
Hey, you got look, you know that new rule. You can work with this. I think you got this.
I'll be out there. I'll be the new CP, the new cadet pattern. I try to get everybody to come to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And today, that is correct. you celebrate 37 circulations around the sun.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Man.
Yeah. I feel bad now. I should have put something on the Facebook, or I'll make sure and wish you happy birthday. My bad.
Yeah, you know, and man, like I said, you know, glad to have you, and got to know you for at least 3 or 4 of those circulations around the sun, and you know the other 30, and the other 33 was the molding of the man. And you turned out fine. Turned out fine. You know,
there's a little bumps and bruises on the way, but we get there.
Yeah, man. Couple bumps and bruises.
Yeah, now I hope messing around with me ain't gonna miss them previous 37 years. You know, I'm gonna try to do the best I can. You know,
it's not the previous that you got to worry about. It's now the future.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, because you know, them 4 I've known him. See, I'm just hoping I ain't drug him down. Man. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, man. If anything, we ride to the top.
Yeah, you know, because man, I tell you, these and I'm just gonna say this: these last few years, in life period, there's been a lot of changes and a lot of things that I thought I would never see. I mean, on the world stage as well as in the local stage and everything, you know, that, you know, you just have to hold on because you never know what tomorrow gonna bring.
Yeah, you never know what's around the corner.
You never know what's around the corner. So, you know, just hug your loved ones real tight. Hug your loved ones real tight and let them know how you feel about them while you're still here.
Yeah.
You know, always, you know, just keep in mind in every decision that you make and anything that you do might be your last one. So make it your best one. Yeah. All right. Okay. And now let me hit this chat right quick because we have some people that have hung with us. Because you remember last time we was on, we had some folk, you know, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't depend on them for nothing. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Look, we gave the recipe on how to have the perfect season at the perfect time, and we're just never going to repeat it because they missed out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, I thought they were my aces.
Appreciate it, Chad. Appreciate it.
You know, I thought they, you know, I thought they were my aces, man. Good grief, man. These jokers here, man. They turned and ran. And they turned and ran to what I'm about to play now. Now I have invited Tidy to come in because he was the one that did the interview. And I have invited Tidy to come in if you wanted to you know, talk about his impressions of the interview or anything that they did.
Hell of an interview.
Yeah, anything that they, you know, talked about prior to the interview or whatever. And I just wanted to play some excerpts. Well, I wanted to play the interview, and we'll just cut it off and go from where Tidy stopped, or some interesting interludes or whatever about what this man said. So here we go. And you know, Red, Tonio, who else is that?
Cool, see
Mills.
I believe Ron's going to be in here soon, so watch out for Ron or April.
Okay.
So.
I got my eyes open for Ron because I know Ron gonna come in.
Oh yeah. But
all right, here we go. And I'm starting this interview right when Tidy is asking the pertinent questions. And Stephen Day Checkdown. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, Stephen Day is launched.
Yes, Mr. Checkdown.
Stephen Day is launched. And
he's got some good stuff, man.
Yeah. And hey Steve, come on in here now. Don't be hanging around outside the door. But then again, I don't want nobody to say we drug you in here. You know, I didn't mean to be in there, but man, somebody hit me over the head and drug me in here.
John, you told me you wanted more people. What am I supposed to do?
Okay. All right, hold on. Steve, I did put the link And let me
I
do
don't think
this
it's
link
on
first.
Facebook yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, send it through
I'll
Facebook.
share the YouTube. I'll share the YouTube to the access Facebook group,
Yeah,
and then just go through there and the link at the top.
yeah. And,
Okay. And see who
Miss
in
Diva.
Ms. D,
Hey.
appreciate it. Thank you.
See, you know what? We all celebrate like a family. This is what I'm saying. So, John, if you go buck wild over at the Falcon training facilities, we gotta go with you as a leader. We gotta follow the pack.
No,
If
see,
John,
thing
if John
here,
go, I'm going. And if I'm
see,
about it. Ain't no
no. See,
conversation about
thing here,
that. I'll
see,
tell you that.
I don't want to provide no talk for the Thanksgiving dinner. I don't want to provide no talk for the Thanksgiving dinner because see, just as soon as I did that, see, we could have stayed, but somebody went out there acting a damn fool and screwed it up for everybody.
Look, this is where I come from the wrestling mentality. Look, if you're going to screw it up for us, we're going to just screw it up together. So we could just look at each other and go, but hell, it was fun, though.
Yeah. And the thing is, y'all get a higher bond than I will.
Yeah, but you know, we'll work that out. Don't worry.
I'm telling you,
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna start it. And anybody that comes in, you know, hopefully they'll be able to listen to it and come on in.
And we'll also introduce them when after the thing or when we pause.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, so with that said, just let's get down to the business.
Yeah, man.
You have really kept us up to date with a lot of inside information here in the Falcons stratosphere, specifically coming from Twitter. A lot of things that you have put out in the Twitterverse have came to fruition in regards to certain insider things. Now, what you put out today was something that I had been waiting for you to comment on because I think you mentioned that you were going to drop the T late last week, and you dropped it today. Mm-hmm. Now, I would love to read your own tweet to you and then have you elaborate on it because, of course, on Twitter you only can do 140 characters, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't pay for the extra room. So,
all right. So here you go again. I'll read it to you, and then I'll ask if you don't mind to elaborate just a little bit more. Sure. Here we go. This is coming from Jeff Twitter, y'all. He says Falcons, Arthur Smith, and Justin Fields. Falcons were going to draft Justin Fields 4th overall in 2021. However, Arthur Smith hated him after their meeting and said he wouldn't coach him. Falcons went with Kyle Pitts, who was the best player available on their draft board. I know Terry Fontenot has screened best player available in his draft policy, but remember, McKay has been running the show until about a month ago. Oh, the other QB that Smith had no interest in signing, Russell Wilson. Also, you say Arthur Smith was very against having Justin Fields for the Falcons due to his processing ability or lack thereof.
Yep. That is all. So I want people to understand when I tweet things out that are coming directly from my person within the organization, I copy and paste. So I don't ad lib. I may change some words as far as like the internal dialogue between themselves and myself, but the message is all directly copy and paste, right? And so there are things that I get that I may wait a week to 10 days to put out just because if I put out things immediately, it would probably send off alarms, right? And so, we always talk about time frames and put things out, and I may tease some things every now and then. But as far as that goes, yeah. So that was something that he and I had talked about last week. As far as the whole Justin Fields thing, because obviously, with Fields going to the Steelers for essentially they traded him for a cup of coffee and a half-eaten Whataburger, right? And people were, like, oh my God, why couldn't we have done that? And I think what people have to understand is Chicago basically spent 6 weeks trying to entice teams to trade for him. And Atlanta did initially reach out. And at that point, when Atlanta initially reached out, the Bears wanted 8 overall, right? Like they wanted the 8th overall pick, which they were never going to get the Falcons were never going to entertain that. They're not going to entertain that for Hassan Reddick. They're not going to entertain that for L'Jarius Sneed. They weren't going to entertain that for Justin Fields. They are not going to get rid of number 8 to trade for a guy that's currently in the NFL. That just was not going to happen. Unless you're talking about one of the elite, top 10 players in the league, right? And none of those guys are available for a very specific reason. So just kind of going over that and listening to the whole Fields thing, and he was like, yeah, just kind of going back and forth, going back to 2021 when they did take Pitts, who hadn't necessarily. I mean, if you go back and you go back and look at all of the pre-draft mocks and everything, nobody really had him going to Atlanta. I think everybody agreed that he was the best athlete in the draft. He was, probably the most talented pass catcher in the draft, whether you're talking tight ends and wide receivers combined. But people really hadn't mocked him to Atlanta. They really had mocked, Fields to Atlanta for the most part, and that was the plan. They were going to go with Justin Fields, and then unfortunately Arthur Smith got involved and had a one-on-one meeting with him, and it was described to me as almost going back to on ESPN when they used to hold the former Raiders coach that got fired last year, the year before.
Chucky?
Yeah. When he used to do the one-on-one with quarterbacks where he would sit down with them and, go over things and, and have
he knows how to deal with quarterbacks.
Script out plays and, what they're reading. They'd break down film. Arthur Smith basically had that type of interview with Justin Fields, and he came away extremely unimpressed and said, I'm not going to coach that guy. He's not smart enough to pick up my offense, and I'm not going to spend the time, effort, energy to try to develop it. And so, unfortunately, the powers that be decided they were going to listen to Arthur Smith, and they ended up going with Pitts instead. And for me, I think if you can look at that objectively, some people in the comments, I'm sure you guys saw the comments, well, that was the best decision ever.
Yeah.
Well, I would take a Mike Tomlin approach to that. And I don't know if you guys have listened to Mike Tomlin speak, but he talked about those are the kind of guys he wants. He wants to be able to coach. And if you can't coach and develop a guy, you have no business in that business. Right. And so maybe he wasn't picking up things as quickly as you would like him to have done. But that's your job as a coach, is to develop a guy, to get him to understand what he's seeing and to help him see those things. And so, I don't know what could have been. Maybe we wouldn't have drafted Kyle Pitts as a blocking tight end instead, the pass catcher that he is. But yeah, I thought that whole story just absolutely amazing. Jeff,
I gotta stop that right there.
We got the Dark Knight Avengers over here in the Man in Red. That's right, Red Man.
Hey, put your hands on that steering wheel, son. All right. The doggone camera started going upside down. I can't help you from here.
We're saying
Can't help you from here.
location.
The camera started
But
shaking.
man, I had to stop that right there. Now, did you hear that?
Yeah.
I heard it. It's what we all been saying. I told you Arthur Smith was behind this.
We all, not only that, but a lot of us, what do we all say in that draft? You go get your quarterback, you go get a lineman, you could go get, you get your guys that you want. So check down.
What's going on?
Oh my God, I love your setup. I am so jelly.
Boss man, how you doing?
What's going, fellas? I appreciate you all letting me be down with you.
Oh man, come on, man! We gotta see the setup. It's sweet, man. For real, man. We love that stuff, man.
This is my kid.
Hey, did you get a chance to hear the interview?
I did not. I was running to my cave to try to log on with you guys.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Run into my cave. Sound like a song. Run into my cave.
Hey, check that out. Don't feel bad, because that's what Red does every time he comes to the show. He has to drive, and then he puts us in the dark as we have to go. What is he doing? He's fumbling around trying to get into the house.
But hey, now, Winston, What did you think about that, Winston?
The same thing I always thought. Same thing I always thought. I knew Smith had way too much power and influence for that first pick for us not to go get a quarterback.
Yeah.
You got Matt Ryan. You already know that he's already on the decline. You go get a quarterback. You let him sit for a year, then you move off of Matt. Now he said out his own mouth, I do not and I will not take the time to develop Justin Fields.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, he said in the interview basically that what was it?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now, y'all can y'all bear with me? I'm gonna play that for you again, Steve.
Yeah,
so you can hear it out of his own pie hole. This man Jeff,
who
clean that
22-9 the game.
Clean that wax out your ears, Steve, so you can hear
it. God, why couldn't we have done that? And I think what people have to understand is Chicago basically spent 6 weeks trying to entice teams to trade for him. And Atlanta did initially reach out. And at that point, when Atlanta initially reached out, the Bears wanted 8 overall. Right, like they wanted the 8th overall pick, which they were never going to get. The Falcons were never going to entertain.
No, I think you're in the right spot, John.
Am I?
Yeah. Just let him.
I might need to go a little bit back a little bit.
Yeah, you got to go back further.
Let me get this guy's info because I'm trying to remember how you say his name.
In signing Russell Wilson. Also, you say Arthur Smith was very against having Justin Fields for the Falcons due to his processing ability or lack thereof.
Yep. That is all. So I want people to understand when I tweet things out that are coming directly, that was something that he and I had talked about last week. As far as the whole Justin Fields thing, because obviously, with Fields going to the Steelers for essentially they traded him for a cup of coffee and a half-eaten Whataburger, right? And people were, like, oh my God, why couldn't we have done that? And I think what people have to understand is Chicago basically spent 6 weeks trying to entice teams to trade for him. And Atlanta did initially reach out. And at that point, when Atlanta initially reached out, the Bears wanted 8 overall, right? Like they wanted the 8th overall pick, which they were never going to get. The Falcons were never going to entertain that. They're not going to entertain that for Hassan Reddick. They're not going to entertain that for L'Jarius Sneed. They weren't going to entertain that for Justin Fields. They are not going to get rid of number 8 to trade for a guy that's currently in the NFL. That just was not going to happen. Unless you're talking about one of the elite, top 10 players in the league, right? And those guys are available for a very specific reason. And so just kind of going over that and listening to the whole Fields thing, and he was like, yeah, just kind of going back and forth, going back to 2021 when they did take Pitts, who hadn't necessarily. I mean, if you go back and you go back and look at all of the pre-draft mocks and everything, nobody really had him going to Atlanta. I think everybody agreed that he was the best athlete in the draft. He was, probably the most talented pass catcher in the draft, whether you're talking tight ends and wide receivers combined. But people really hadn't mocked him to Atlanta. They really had mocked, Fields to Atlanta for the most part, and that was the plan. They were going to go with Justin Fields. And then, unfortunately, Arthur Smith got involved and had a one-on-one meeting with him, and it was described to me as almost going back to on ESPN when they used to hold the former Raiders coach that got fired last year, the year before.
Chucky.
Yeah. When he used to do the one-on-one with quarterbacks, where he would sit down with them and go over things and and have them. Script out plays and, what they're reading. They'd break down film. Arthur Smith basically had that type of interview with Justin Fields, and he came away extremely unimpressed and said, I'm not going to coach that guy. He's not smart enough to pick up my offense, and I'm not going to spend the time, effort, and energy to try to develop it. And so, unfortunately, the powers that be decided they were going to listen to Arthur Smith, and and they ended up going with Pitts instead. And for me, I think if you can look at that objectively, some people in the comments, I'm sure you guys saw the comments, well, that was the best decision ever.
Yeah.
Well, I would take a Mike Tomlin approach to that. And I don't know if you guys have listened to Mike Tomlin speak, but he talked about those are the kind of guys he wants. He wants to be able to coach. And if you can't coach and develop a guy, you have no business in that business. Right. And so maybe he wasn't picking up things as quickly as you would like him to have done. But that's your job as a coach, is to develop a guy, to get him to understand what he's seeing and to help him see those things. And so, I don't know what could have been. Maybe we wouldn't have drafted Kyle Pitts as a blocking tight end instead of the pass catcher that he is. But yeah, I that whole story just absolutely amazing.
Jeff, I want to ask you this.
There you go, Steve.
Yeah.
Man, it's worse than I thought. So, and he has Justin Fields now.
See, and you know what? I was pointing that out on somebody's show last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. It's real funny how things can twist around, and you'll never expect it. You'll never see it coming. And next thing you know, right in your face, the two people that you didn't want to be bothered with, you got. And
Russell Wilson and Fields.
And to a certain extent, Mike Tomlin, because guess what? Mike Tomlin's gonna make you coach them.
Yeah,
that's right.
You no longer the head coach. Okay, you no longer the head coach. You're no longer in charge. You had to lobby to get a job, and you got a job. Now, your head coach. Oh man, I just thought of something even worse. Guess what? Your head coach gonna coach you too.
Yep. Yeah. Man, I'm glad that chapter of the Atlanta Falcons is over.
Yeah.
Because you could just see it, and you wanted to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, but it was so obvious that he was lying to us, making up stuff about Bijan Robinson and plays and the quarterback. He said Ritter at one point had some type of concussion when nothing was. It was just ridiculous.
He wasn't accountable.
Why would
that was a professional buck passer.
That's concerning to me, and I'm not going to be negative, but what's concerning to me is the same people who let him have that type of control are still in the building, and I hope they learn from that.
John, it ain't nothing but karma. That's all Arthur Smith got in Pittsburgh. Nothing but karma.
Yeah. It's that backlash, that karmic, or as they used to call it, that karmic backlash.
That's right.
Hey, fellas, I got an emergency. I got to run through the hospital. I'm gonna try to get back on.
Oh shoot.
Okay.
Hey, man, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Take care.
Hey, good luck with the show. If I can, before I'm gonna try to get back on, but I gotta run out. I hate.
Hey man, take care of your business, Wilson. Yeah. If you need me, give me a call.
Mm-hmm.
If you need me, give me a call.
We're sending prayers out for you, brother. We got you.
All right.
All right,
man. Much love. All right, we got you.
All right, Winston.
All right, man. All right, we're gonna have to get him
all
for
right.
that one.
Somebody
him for that.
Somebody will whoop Angel Reese ass and don't call Winston to come verify. Is that Angel Reese? Whoop her ass. Whoop her ass. Get in that ass, girl. Woo! Oh.
Red. Stay on track, man. We ain't got time for this.
Okay. Back to the Falcons. We'll leave Angel Reese alone for one night.
Yeah, leave that good alone.
But she's so defenseless. So anyway, I will. Yep.
But see now,
Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter.
Now this situation here. See, and see, This is last year's business. True enough, this last year's business.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is that inquiring minds still want to know what was going on, who did it, and and who was to blame for it. Okay, because there was always this question of who's running the show. And the way that the Falcons organization was constructed at that particular time, nobody wasn't saying anything. Okay, we'll go along with it, we'll buy into it, we'll do this, we'll do that, blah, 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 blah. Especially when you have a head coach and a general manager at the same level.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
See, you cannot have that. I hear a lot of. Is that
hey,
me?
Red, I think that's Red over there. Red, you might want to put it on mute just so till you get set up.
Oh, sorry, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, we got you.
I apologize. My bad.
Oh, no problem. I just want to make sure nobody wasn't strangling you over there. That's what I was doing. I don't want to.
What about Angel?
I want to stay out of court as much as I possibly can. So.
Yes. We
Let me put-
And they still strangling him.
let me put it back on mute while I'm just settled.
But you know, man, this was just a pile of dysfunction. And the concluding note, the sealer, the whipped cream with the cherry on top, was the ending press conference for Arthur Smith, because it just told.
Yeah.
We didn't know it at the time, but it told basically the whole story. That's what was going on.
And I think that's what Belichick exposed, because when you get a guy that's so, remember how we were talking about the overqualification show that we did, John, and how we were talking about how is he too qualified? Well, the thing is, maybe he was interviewing us and him going, so let me get this straight. You had the 4th pick overall, and you decided to go at tight end? I mean, guys, Dan Reeves isn't here, and I know he loved tight ends, but come on.
Right.
But and this was something, Steve, I don't know if you've heard me say it, but I'll say it again. That draft, I always said you either go get Renee Sewell, you either get the Parsons, or you go get Fields. Right. And if you're coaching, if you believe in your coaching ability, shouldn't you be able to coach anyone up? What?
Absolutely.
I mean, I've heard of coaches that work with pocket passers, that work with scramblers, that work with guys, ultra athletic. And they never go, oh, you're not in my system. What? No, you got to have – and I've always come down to this one phrase, guys, this one question. You can maybe help me out. What in the blue hell did Arthur Smith do to become this powerful at the time that he was here? Because now that's all stripped away, and you saw Mike Tomlin's looking at him going, oh, you don't like them? Guess what? They're your quarterbacks. Oh, you were on a show stealing football saying you're here to coach Kenny Pickett. Guess what? Playing
He's gone.
Yeah,
Right.
playing change, pal.
I'm cutting your balls off, buddy. Give me that. Give me them pair of scissors. Give me them balls. Clip. I'm cutting them off, boy.
Damn it, Red.
And see this, and man, now.
But
I
we'll
trust
go back to what you were saying, though.
I trust Tidy, because this person is somebody that Tidy has had on before and has been correct in a lot of the things that he's been saying. Okay, and this dude said that he was on Atlanta radio, so I know him.
I do too.
I know him. I know him, but I don't recognize him.
I can't remember his last name. That's what's killing me. I've been looking it up and I cannot find him. But it's
Who is the guy y'all talking about?
That's what I was counting on Tidy to come on and say.
The guy on Tidy's show. The guy that broke that story about the number 4 pick.
Not Jeff Schultz, right?
No.
No, it wasn't just Jeff. That's what I thought it was at first. But it's another Jeff.
This is Jeff. I want to say Overman or Overturn or God, I can't remember. It's been killing me for the last few weeks. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, because 92.9, they don't keep records on folks who were there.
Well, just so you know, I have his Twitter on my phone right now. And I mean, he's been accurate. It's not like this isn't one of those, after the fact. He has been this accurate before about football. His people They're point on. So it's not
Yeah.
like he's making that
Yeah.
up. And that's Jeff Ben, guys. Jay Ben.
Jeff Wolverton. Wolverton. Oh yeah, man, that's right, Wolverton.
Oh yeah, I remember it now.
Wolverton. Yeah, thanks,
Man.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
big man.
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, Wolverton. I knew him. Yeah.
He was
Okay.
aggressive. He was aggressive, but he was funny too.
Yeah. I talked with him many times. I was man, that's right. Next time Tidy comes on, I'm gonna tell Tidy, you tell him who you know for good, for better or worse, or whatever. Jeff Wolverton, that's right. Jeff Wolverton.
But I just saw a whole bunch of old faces on us. Ah!
Yeah, man, because like you said, C-Dub, I was trying to figure out what this man's last name was. But I definitely, I remember Wolverton. And
Just think of that wolf, John. Wolf man.
Yeah. But see, this is the thing. For a coach to develop, because see now Wolverton said hatred.
Yeah.
He said he hated it. And that he would, he can't pick up my offense. Who you? Wait.
No, wait a minute, John.
Who is?
That's what I'm gonna say. Let me get a little piece of it too when you finish.
Come on, Red. Come on. I'm gonna let Red because I got something to say too.
Who you is?
Talking about I hate. Who are you talking about? Hate.
I mean, that's all I can say. Who you supposed to be? You supposed to be the next doggone offensive guru and see the crazy part about
that word.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But see, look. This is the thing. From the novice of us fans to the more experienced fans to everybody else who is fans of the Falcons, everybody knew why your
Fanny
offense worked.
Your butt, your big dumb butt.
Derrick Henry.
Everybody knew why your offense worked.
Hold on.
Right. The moment they hired him, when they said where he was from, they said Titans. I said, oh man, you hired Derrick Henry's keeper.
Right.
Hold on.
You might say, hey, John, he hired the dog walker that's walking, because Derrick Henry is a dog. We hired the dog walker that was walking Derrick Henry. We see him walking through the neighborhood. Oh, that man thing, he look like he'll be a good coach for our team. Let's hire the dog walker. And that's what we got, a guy that walks dogs.
Well, I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, he had to be gone. Because see, but and it is funny irony because Mike Tomlin gets Russell Wilson, and then I don't know, but if he heard this story, I wonder if Mike was laughing as he's opening the bottle, going, "Oh, just wait, hey, Arthur, come here." Now you got Russ, yeah, and we had to trade Pickens, yeah. You don't care, you could coach anybody, right? Yeah, you can. All right. Well, I got Justin Fields for a ham sandwich and a soda. He's your guy now. Right. I can't wait to see what you do with him. It's like Arthur Smith's mustache falls off, and he's like,
C-Dub, I got a better swing for you. Let me know when you're ready, baby.
Shoot.
How about this? How about Harlem Nights? Yeah. And Arthur Smith is the guy that's in that shoe dice. And he complained to the Sugar Ray, man, what you doing with this kid here, man? What you doing with Fields? And Russell Wilson is man. And Mike Tomlin look at him, who name outside that place? Me. This is my team. This is my team, partner. I have it here whoever I want to. Now, we gave you a chance. You had a chance in Atlanta. You coach, you failed. Now you here with me. And you can buy from that partner. And I ain't selling, punk. That's right. Call them out. Ooh. That's what Arthur Smith did. That's what Mike Tomlin gonna do to Arthur Smith. He gonna say, I'm the head coach, and you the offensive coordinator. You see what the sign say on that door right there? Head coach. That's me. Okay, this is my team. And I run it however I want to. Now, your job is to coach. Your job is to coach the quarterbacks I give you. I gave you Fields and I gave you Russell. Those are two good quarterbacks. Now get out of my office and go coach, fool, or your ass gonna be coaching on the damn. Next time you coach NFL football, your ass will be in a damn prison jumpsuit coaching the goddamn prison league team.
Hey, Red, real quick. Mike Tomlin just looked at Arthur Smith and said, "Look at me. I'm the captain."
Yeah,
that's what he did.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Cause see, man, look. Oh my goodness! And look now.
That what Mike Tomlin said.
Look at what Wallace just said. Because see, that is a question.
What Wallace just asked too. Yeah.
What did he say? I can't even see my glass.
He said, do y'all think AS will be the Steelers' offense coordinator for the full season this year?
No. Five games. 5 games, baby. Max.
Cause see, you know what? I see Mike Tomlin. I see his eyes popping out, and I see him going over there.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, son.
Yeah.
Talking to Mike.
What?
Come here, son. What the hell is this?
Guy? What was that play?
Cause the thing is now, you the offensive coordinator. All right. Now, I don't know who the quarterback coach is, but that offensive coordinator has got to relay to that quarterback coach what it is that he wants. Now, seeing is that he couldn't do that here in Atlanta, I want to know how within a 4-month time he's going to develop that skill to be able to do that up in Pittsburgh as the offensive coordinator. Okay? Now, man, this mess that we had going on around here that I identified from day one when they had that other fool in here that was masquerading as a quarterback coach.
That's right.
That had no experience, that had no training, that had never played the position, never sniffed the position. Well, he probably sniffed the position because he's behind him. But my thing is that he had absolutely nothing to offer in training the 3 quarterbacks here, and got another job back in Tennessee and got their head coach fired.
All-star special, everyone.
I'm just saying, man. This was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous.
But this answers. Look, John. I'm going to say this. I would have been because I'd listened to what you said when you were in Houston. When you were out of town. But you were talking about how do we look at Terry Fontenot now and stuff. My thing is this. Remember, Arthur Blank relied on Arthur Smith and let Rich McKay be over both. So that's why I'm like, this is why I want to go, well, who's doing what? So when I saw the draft thing, when I heard the story, and I remembered what you said. My thing is this. Terry has to perform this year, not just in free agency, but he has to deliver in the draft.
You're right about that.
Because, look, right now he's put himself in a position where he loaded the offense. Well, now you got to fix this defense. And we've been saying you need a pass rusher. And here's the thing. You bring Bud Dupree back, which I'm not going to be – it's like this. I get what people are going to say, and I've said he's almost. But you can't even do that right now. You got to adjust contracts so you can get your draft class in, and then you could see who else you can get. My thing is this. I could see him easily trading down if at least 1 or 2 quarterbacks are available at 8. Trade down. Just take the dang trade down. See what's the best option. Take it, and you'll still get your defensive pass rusher or cornerback. There's a lot of talent in this draft.
Yeah, well, you know why you talking about trading down, C-Dub. You're not slick. I know why the trading down option has come about, because you know who's number 1 on their board, don't you?
Drake May.
You know the No. You know the pass rusher who's number one on the Falcons board, and it's a guy that you can get way out the eights.
Yeah, Latu. It's either
That's right.
Look, Red, I've been saying this. It's either Latu or Verse for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's Turner.
I don't think it's those two.
I don't think it's Turner. Yeah, I don't think it's Turner. I really don't think it's Turner. I don't think they like Turner. You know what, C-Dub? This is reminding me of the Fields. Matter of fact, here we go rewrite history again. Everybody saying we're gonna get Fields. Draft come, no Fields. Everybody saying we're gonna get Dallas Turner. Draft day come, watch we don't even get him. Watch it be somebody else.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. I think honestly, all three guys are the same. I don't really see who's separated out of the pack. I mean, maybe, Turner may be a little higher, but the thing is, I'm now hearing people say, well, he reminds me too much of Vic Beasley. I don't want him around. So it's nothing against Turner, but I want to say, but when I keep hearing about Verse or I hear about Latu the technician, Verse hustles, plays through every whistle. Those are the kind of guys I think Raw wants to have.
We don't hear none of that about Dallas Turner.
I'm not throwing that on him, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've heard you.
Now, Steve, what you think about all this?
Man, I'm just so happy he's gone that I don't even like to bring up, all the drama and so forth that he brought to the team. Honestly, I felt like, you saw all these segments on how they say he worked himself up. He didn't use his dad's name. I don't buy that. Because as you all said a moment ago, Derrick Henry was his calling card. You're going to talk about his great offense led by, his running prowess as a coach. Yeah, Derrick Henry. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's right. And he rolled his ass to a damn job.
And not only that, coaching is about leadership. And
thank you.
Smith demonstrated that he did not have a leadership skill in his bone in his body. Because
there you go.
Being dishonest when everybody knew he was lying, but he was
You're a liar. You're a liar.
He would not back down. And so if we
don't lie to me,
just imagine what's going on in that locker room.
Yeah.
If players think that you're not being honest with them, and they know if Bijan was sick or not, they know if Ritter had a concussion and you're out there lying, that's not good for the locker room. It's not good for the team overall. And
don't you lie to me. Lie to me.
I mean, he was just one bad decision after another. I mean, now that I'm hearing about this Justin Fields situation, it's just like, first of all, why is he making this decision? I understand he's a head coach, but this is his first head coaching job, and he's taking on a lot. Not only is he being the head coach, but he wants to call the plays too.
Yeah,
and he wanted to be the GM. It looked like.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing too much.
Yeah,
and you see what it got us. I mean, honestly, the whole Mariota thing, and then once you got Mariota here, and I know now. Look, let's be clear: our quarterbacks were not playing well.
No, they weren't.
Smith was listening to the crowd because everybody was like, "Play Ritter, play Ritter," but the coaching staff, they could see who Ritter was in practice. And I think that Arthur Smith finally gave in and put Ritter in when he knew he wasn't ready. I just think
now, Steve, let me ask you this now, because see, the thing is, okay. Let's go back to what you were saying about your coaching staff knowing what they saw.
I don't think they knew.
Really?
I was cooking.
Yeah.
Did they really see it? Did they really know?
Did they really?
Hey, John, did they even know what they were looking at?
That's where I'm going.
I don't know.
That's where I'm going. Because based on, you had Charles London, who had never played quarterback, never coached quarterbacks.
Sure.
Okay.
Never.
You had David
Never.
who didn't know nothing. I mean, Dave Ragone couldn't coach a pregnant woman in Lamar's play.
John.
I'm just saying now.
You telling me the man can't teach?
Oh, okay. John, you trying to top me over here, man. I don't know how I'm following that one.
I'm just saying.
You lie,
Can look and just like hey,
damn.
just like
you can knock me off the
you
stage
could
with that one.
look and see. At least we could look and see because Steve, weren't we the ones complaining the most about what it was that we saw, and we were asking questions every week? What the what? That's what we were asking all the time.
Yep.
And John, what were we being called? Sellout.
So we were called sellouts. We were being called sellouts.
Right. But what I was talking about, John, is maybe the coaches didn't know coaching, but they know when someone doesn't have integrity. If someone says, so for example, I have a theory about the whole Marcus Mariota thing, and I don't know this. This is just a wild theory.
Okay.
Everywhere that Marcus Mariota has been, everyone has loved him and talked about his integrity and how he's a stand-up guy and he does everything right. He helps everybody out. He stays late. All of that. When he comes here with Arthur Smith, he quits on the team. Now, I'm not saying he didn't quit on the team, but I'm thinking, did Arthur Smith renege? Did Arthur Smith promise him something? And Marcus Mariota said, well, forget this. You said I was going to start all season, so I'm gone. Not saying that that's right, but I just think when you have a lack of integrity in the building, especially coming from the head coach, you can create situations that sink the team. And we saw that. We saw it. And again, I don't know. That's just a wild theory of mine. I don't know if that was the case, but what I do know is I saw Arthur Smith fail at leadership time and time again. Yeah. And when you're failing at leadership, you can't get the best or the most out of your players. You just can't.
Because they can't trust you.
There you go. John, this reminds me of that Hugh Jackson situation in Cleveland. And I hate to bring up Hugh, but he's your brother. But hey, man, it is what it is. You coaching. You pretty much pulling the Arthur Smith. I gotta say, Arthur Smith is the white Hugh Jackson, or Hugh Jackson is the black Arthur Smith, because these two guys, they got it in their mind that they offensive gurus, but everywhere they go is nothing but dysfunction, lack of talent. You don't live up to expectations. You tell Hugh Jackson got fired at the college he was off. Whatever college he was coaching at, he got fired too. So Arthur and Hugh, they can meet up at the bar together and discuss. Man, why can't we cut it as top dog? I guess we the concierge or we the runner up because we just can't cut it as top dog. And honestly, I don't even think you can cut it as OC. And Arthur, you about to prove to the rest of us when you fail in Pittsburgh that you can't cut it as OC. Both of these guys are just two people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, you got the UFL, so don't worry about that. I mean, that's where I think you'll see both of them coaching.
There you go. There you go, Chris.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to go. Yeah, we don't go by the name now. But sorry. You don't worry, Reed. I got you. Anyway, but, when I think of that whole Mariota thing, I was kind of skeptical about it. Like, I was very, pessimistic because I went, so he's getting a quarterback that he benched before.
Right.
How's that going to help? Now, I'm okay. Check down. I'm so glad you're here because you brought something. So now I got to bring it because it has always been a trigger of mine. Mm-hmm. So Arthur, and this is where I really don't want to talk about Arthur anymore, but let's bring it because this is always aggravating me. So 2021, Matt Ryan's on the team.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You go. Let's just say we draft Justin Fields. We know Arthur hates him, but still, let's just say we did. Terry looks at him and goes, I'm the captain. We draft the quarterback, like every team should. Mm-hmm. And Matt's also going to help leadership with him because you got this romper room of a staff. But anyway, my thing is this. After because once we, after that 2020 season, you were hearing Arthur, or no one was saying much about anything when it came to Matt. But all of a sudden, Deshaun Watson's available? We want him. Isn't he the same style of quarterback as Justin Fields was? Isn't he he runs around? He
was more proven though. I think he was more proven.
Yeah.
And he had worked for the Falcons, as a ball boy and all that. I think Arthur was a big part of that.
Oh! I'm gonna go there. Don't worry. I promise. I'm not leaving Mr. Old Man blank out there. I promise. He's not innocent. But my thing is this: it's like, if you remember that off season of 2021, there was a trade for Wentz. There was a trade for Wilson. There was a trade for another quarterback. We didn't do a dang thing until a few days before the draft, because after we officially pissed off Matt Ryan. When all I kept wondering was, why couldn't you just look at Matt and go, look, we want to get another quarterback, or we're going to phase you out. Where do you want to go? Lay low. We're going to try to get you to where you want, but we want the best for the most for you. I mean, come on, man. It's business. Deal with it. And try to get it that way. No, we ended up getting it bent over and said, hey, we got to give you want Matt? Yeah, we'll get it third. Oh, we'll take it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, all these quarterbacks, like Carson Wentz got a deal, and he went to Washington that year. They gave up draft capital for him, and we just got a ham sandwich from the Colts. Now, obviously, Matt had a really bad year, but still, that my thing is, though, I've always thought
we got a hoagie sandwich from that.
We got the on-field reporter. Antonio is in the house, folks.
Is that Tonio?
Yes, it is, sir. Now, Red, you be on your best behavior.
Tonio, man, you bring the worst out of me.
Well, no, we just got to make sure we don't bring up the Riddler.
Hey, C-Dub, I'm not trying to cut you off or nothing like that, but
no.
I have always believed that Mariota had an axe to grind with Arthur Smith anyway.
And I agree with you, because I felt the same way.
If you don't remember, Mariota was the starter in Tennessee until who got there?
Yeah.
Arthur, yeah.
When Arthur Smith got there, he got rid of him.
I think it was him and Grable that they both agreed.
When I can understand Mariota feeling some type of way about him already as a starter when he was in Atlanta, but then to come in and take him out and put Ritter in, I'm pretty sure he was pissed off.
And now that we know how solid Ritter is, I'm with you all the way, Mariota. Don't you dare take me out for this star. You know what?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was beyond pissed.
Well, okay,
man, this dude is trash.
Now that you said that, why did he go and get Mariota instead of other people that were available?
I think it was
Mariota was the only one that knew his offense.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I agree with all saying about the offense.
Even though Mariota wasn't a starter, he still knew his playbook.
Minimal.
What kind of weird offense is this?
Mariota did start though, right?
Yeah. Mariota had starting experience.
Yeah, he started.
Look, I truly had no problem with Mariota. Look, I had no problem with Mariota starting. It was when he was having those crazy games where you're just going, all right, look, it's nothing personal. You suck. Let's put the kid in, see if he's got anything. Because if we would have done it sooner, we probably could have made a draft move, maybe improve get out of 8 and, get someone else. But,
the thing about it,
that damn pride.
The thing about it, when he switched to Ritter was a desperation move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you already went 7-10 one season. You're already having another losing season. He was looking more so at his job security when it came to him starting Ritter. They wasn't trying to really evaluate. Everybody knew Ritter wasn't ready.
Yeah, but to me, Antonio, it was going back to how Arthur Smith just wasn't strategic at all
Not at
Why
all.
would,
Nope.
why would you start Ritter for his first game in New Orleans of all places?
Thank you.
Why would you do him like? And I'm not here apologizing for Ritter, but any rookie quarterback, our arch rival, and we're both still playing for something. We were both still
On
in
the
it.
road.
And so why would you set him up there? It made no sense whatsoever. You should have brought him in either sooner, or I would say even after that game, if you wanted to see, how well he played. And I guess he was just like, look, I just want to see how he deals with adversity. But putting him down there in New Orleans, letting that be his first start was that was a setup to me.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Well,
Or even like along the way, like put him in for a series.
Yeah,
to see what he does.
Absolutely.
That would have been one of the worst.
Now,
like, look, we're gonna let Dez play a series, so because we're trying to see where he at.
Right.
Marietta, he would have understood that more so.
Yeah.
No, he would.
Like, we going with Dez next week.
Right.
He would have been like, "Are you kidding me? This clown is trash. Did you not be seeing him at practice? He is trash. He ain't putting him in for no series."
But
well,
in my
the
opinion,
moment that we
Mariota
saw that
always
he
been
wasn't
trash to me
ready.
because I always compare him to Tim Tebow.
Oh, Antonio, you're one of my best friends now. Thank you, Jesus.
I always compare Mariota
Say
to
it
Tim
again,
Tebow.
Antonio.
Yeah.
Antonio, say it again.
You can go all the way back
now,
when Mariota was in Oregon.
Mhm.
You can go all the way back and you can look at it. Mariota never threw a long ball.
Mm.
I tried to tell Winston that.
Tim Tebow had people like Percy Harvin that made him look great.
I know Tim Tebow benefited from a lot of yank.
Like, and Mariota he benefited from like LaMichael James, and I know Winston ain't here, but Winston can tell you they whole roster because that's his squad. But
Oh yeah,
he benefited from great receivers just like Tebow did.
I can tell you they squad to my Bulldogs. I can tell you about their squad to my Bulldogs wiped the field with them. It was 2 years back to back.
Fred, be nice.
All right.
now,
Yeah.
now, I got to say this about all that. Now, I take with the head coach, general manager, coaches, trainers, affiliates, non-compass mentors, all of those people. I take what they say at face value. You said it, I'm going to hold you to it. You said, Arthur Smith, he was ready. You said that he's the one that you wanted.
You did that
You
before the
said
draft.
that you were going to develop it. Okay? So,
But that's just it. Arthur Smith never developed anybody.
Right.
see, okay. Antonio,
That was
Antonio, you're absolutely correct. But you said, sir, Arthur,
Tell him.
that you were going to develop. Matter of fact, when he came here and he said that Matt Ryan needed coaching, he said he was going to coach him.
Right.
Out of his own mouth. Out of his own mouth. So my thing is, okay, I'm waiting to see the fruition of all of this coaching that you're going to be doing. I want to see how you coach my former quarterback. I want to see how you coach the quarterback you brought in. I want to see how you're going to coach the quarterback that you brought in as the third-round draft pick that you're going to develop. And you didn't do it. You failed miserably. Matter of fact, according to the interview, according to what the interview that Tidy did, the man said that he didn't want to develop nobody. Okay, he didn't like him. He didn't want to develop him. He hated him. Okay, now, and I go back, and that just goes back. That just goes back to all of the other quarterbacks when he was talking about Justin Fields and trying to and determining whether they were going to select him with that fourth pick. All the way to where we are or where we were prior to him getting fired. You did absolutely nothing. You sit up here, promised us a bill of goods, and didn't deliver, didn't have no plans on delivering because you couldn't deliver. Just like you said, Antonio, you never done that type of work before, and you sit up here and hornswoggle, swindle, bamboozle, fool, lie, exaggerated your way into this job, and now you find that the doggone horse was too big for him to ride. And I always was saying that this horse that he got on is just too big for him to ride. Now, Antonio, this is what I brought out earlier. Now, the same two quarterbacks that you said that number one, Justin Fields, you couldn't stand, number two, Russell Wilson that you didn't want, guess what? You coaching both of them under Mike Tomlin. And Mike Tomlin is going to have that size 13 hobnail boot aimed squarely at your hind end to make sure that you do your job. Because he just like, matter of fact, just like you just wrote, Tonio, Mike Tomlin is going to be developing Arthur Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's what I said. The only person that I actually see failing in Pittsburgh is Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
And who was that? Who was that ass? I think that was let me see who that was.
Well,
Wallace Smith was asking, will
yeah.
Arthur Smith make it the whole year as offensive coordinator?
And I got an answer for that. See, when you look at Arthur Smith's ego, and you look at how good of a coach Mike Tomlin is, like Arthur Smith, because like he wears everything on his sleeve, and you can see it in his face. So when Mike Tomlin, like, basically, I'm gonna say chastise him, because his play calling. Hold on, let me turn my TV down. His play calling is garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
His play calling is garbage. So when Mike Tomlin actually got to come to him and actually like chastise him about his play calling, Najee Smith, he gonna have something to say.
Yep. George Pickett's gonna have something to say.
Wilson, he gonna have something to say.
Yep.
Their receivers gonna have something to say.
Yeah.
Because he has all the tools. Now it's not gonna be about because you got bad quarterback play or your running back not doing this or your receivers not doing this. Now you finna get exposed as a offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Right.
And once Mike Tomlin exposed him as an offensive coordinator, his ass is gonna be gone, and Arthur Smith won't work in the league again.
I got you.
The announcers.
This is his last chance.
That'll be my dream.
The announcers were all over Arthur Smith, talking about how he didn't use Kyle Pitts. It became a joke.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson wasn't being used properly. So it'll follow. It'll follow.
Real quick, Red, you're someone was letting me know every time we get you coming in, it's blasting. So I don't know your sound or whatnot, but they were asking me if you could either turn down or whatever. I don't know the volume. So just wanted to give you a heads up. So
okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Winston,
everything all right? You straight?
Yeah, man.
Glad
Little
you
one, then little one, man. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
bro.
Now I got a question. I got a question from Diva. And Diva, I didn't put your question up because I wanted to wait until we got all that other business straightened out before I put your question up. Don't think I was ignoring you. Oh no.
No.
Not you, Diva.
We're gonna put it right here. There you go.
Yeet.
Now she said, so let me ask you, after learning all this, do we still feel that Terry Fontenot is on the chopping block this year, or is Terry Fontenot here to stay for a bit?
Oh boy, let me see.
Go on, hey, Winston, you go first.
Please, Winston. Yeah.
Go ahead, Winston. You.
All right.
So I'm gonna disagree with you anyway.
That's what we do.
All right. See, the biggest
right, John?
The biggest thing is that we got a brand new head coach.
Mm-hmm.
We got a brand new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
We got a brand new defensive coordinator. The only thing consistent that to stay here is Marquise Williams as special team coach.
Yep.
Terry Fontenot. If we bomb this season, if we have a season like we had last year, I don't care. Hell or high water. Terry will probably have I mean, it's gonna be close. It's very possible Terry get fired at the end of the season.
Yeah.
If we go 7-10 this year, it's very, very possible. Especially it depends. The draft is gonna be his make or break.
Yes.
Because you had all the opportunity in the world. We had the flexibility still right now to clear out $40 million of cash. If we wanted to go get a vet in free agency, we can go get whoever we want. We had the money to do it.
Yeah.
We sitting at $6 million now because Taylor Heineke took a pay cut. That freed up 4.5. We got 6 and some change. We still can free up almost $40 million. So we didn't make any move outside of offensive weapon. We ain't go do nothing on defense.
That's right.
Now,
Do nothing.
and that's on Terry, because Terry now is running the show. There's no Rich McKay in the background supposedly. And they're whispering in his ear, tell him, hey, let's go do this and let's go do that. There is no legacy players on the team that don't have a contract, like Grady Jarrett, and Matthews. Ain't nobody. The owner got to come out and say he's gonna be a Falcon for life. So there's no mix up there. So if you don't nail down this draft and get this defense together and the rest of this offense together, and we go 7-10 this year, Terry going out the door. And Atlanta would be one of the most coveted spots for a GM.
Yeah.
Man,
Winston, I gotta speak on this one. I want to hug you because that's how I feel too. It's literally my thing is this. I want to just take it to this level. What you said, everything's the same. Yes, Terry's in charge now, and everyone's like, well, they just did. Look, that Pitt's pick is still attached to Terry, whether any of us like it or not. And you know how this goes. If we end up seeing how Fields lights up Pittsburgh, if he gets his shot, and you know how that the way the trade is, he's supposed to, if he doesn't play, or if it's 61%, it's a higher draft pick. So I'm just saying, if we start seeing how Fields just start lighting it up with the coach that we just got out of here, because that coach didn't want him, and now it's forced to coach him, and we end up having a bad year, and Pitts ain't performing, I'm saying it's not going to be good for Terry. Now, again, I'm going to say, I think this year, we're going to have a good year. I think Ra's going to get the most out of everybody. I also think Raheem Morris, if you listen to what he had to go through last year with the defense, with the Rams, like Aaron Donald, I wish I remember the other guy who was a regular starter, but but they used a whole lot of rookies, a lot of guys. They ended up drafting a lot of their guys, and it wasn't premium draft picks. It was the later draft picks. So, and he was able to coach them up. So and that's kind of what I'm hoping for, but I'm also wanting to see, I want to see Terry get active in the draft. And here's all I'm saying. If you have a quarterback there, man, take the call. You don't have to go best player available right now. Listen, see what the deals are. And look, if they're trash, they're trash. We're not going to be like upset. But the thing is, find out what they are offering. As long as you don't miss out on Latu, I think those are the two guys, by the way. Verser, Latu, Turner, I think will be there. I think Arnold and the kid from Toledo. I think those are the 5 guys that I wouldn't have a problem if we draft with that first pick. Yeah. And then, hell, if Chop Robinson either slides to that second or if we trade back up, I wouldn't mind getting him.
What if he takes the receiver?
We can fight.
I mean, we could get a receiver.
If he get a receiver and we bomb this year, he's getting fired. There's no ifs and buts about it.
Oh yeah, because you got to get a.
We didn't have the issue for over a decade. Well, almost a whole decade.
Yeah.
The last time we had a premier pass rusher, Big B's standout season in 2016. That's almost a decade.
Yeah.
We have not had a double-digit pass rusher since then. If you're sitting at 8 all three of the top pass rushers are sitting right there in your lap. They're not
And you
going
can pick
with each
any
other.
of them.
Right.
You can pick any of them. You have your pick. Now, I'd rather you take a pick and bomb on the pick as a pass rusher than for you to go all the way across the board and go get another pass catcher. If you get a pass catcher and we have an underperforming season, as in we don't win the division, we don't make the playoffs, Terry will be going in the offseason.
I want to throw this out there.
I meant, what if he get the pass catcher and he actually succeeds, and the offense is just explosive? Then what?
Real quick,
we can't get to no quarterback.
Yeah, but the elephant in the room is not all of that is right. But if we just went out and spent $100 million guaranteed on the quarterback and we bomb the season, I think that's going to be a nail in the coffin for him too.
Yeah.
Right. Not meaning what we draft. It ain't got nothing to do with what we draft.
I'm gonna give you one better because I heard y'all talking about Pittsburgh earlier. I'm gonna be honest with you. Russell Wilson and Arthur Smith's offense, that's gonna be a good match.
It is.
They have the players to run the offense that he want to run. They got a running back. They have a bigger tight end. They have speed out there wide receiver. I'm telling you, it will. I put it to you like this: Pittsburgh is better set up for us to run the offense that he ran in Tennessee than what Atlanta was.
By the way, they have
John needs some technical issues. I'll be right back. No, just had to have some technical issues. I'll be right back.
All right.
What's wrong? Your blood ain't burning right.
Y'all running.
His lady's like, if you don't take this trash out, I'm gonna whoop that booty.
Okay,
y'all running like Xavier Word.
Oh yeah, Antonio, go ahead.
I think if you really look at how
You're right back.
How Terry Fontenot was set up, as long as he has a winning season this year, because you look at how everything was reversed. And you look at how when Coach Rod had his interview, and he basically said, like, I wouldn't be here right now if we had better quarterback play. So he basically said, okay, Terry, with his thinking is like, one, I can't set Raheem up for failure. That's one.
Yep.
Two, I know I got to get a quarterback in here because that is our biggest need. With what we had last year as far as the defense, and that's why I really don't think nothing really was addressed as far as defense and free agency, because he knew, like, with what we had last year, had we been able to score points, we would have went in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, we would have won the division.
We couldn't score points. So he basically made sure he addressed every issue as far as the offense went. And then when it comes down to the defense, because, he got to make sure that defense is set up too.
Hey, so you can't do it all on this one side of the ball.
I don't really ever think Terry, while Arthur Smith was here, and I've said this before, I don't think Terry ever had any power, period. And y'all know I've said this 1,000 times.
Yeah, no.
He's never had that type of power.
Right. I don't think so either.
But now that, Arthur Smith is gone, and okay, and like, hindsight is 2020, because, I'm pretty sure with other people in there, like, Terry, he's a young guy. This is a new job for him, whatever. You can say what you want, but when it comes to business sense, Terry own it.
When it comes to the numbers, you got to think about it. He came from New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans had the same situation every year. They X amount over the cap, and somehow they end up making it work. They get over the get straight, and they bring in free agents.
But he wasn't
every year
GM in New Orleans though either though.
No, he was the assistant. He was the assistant GM. But he learned on Mickey Loomis.
And I guarantee he probably learned from that guy.
Is a wizard with numbers.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he learned from that guy's mistakes too, though.
Well, here's the thing. Terry was going to be that next man to take that job. So he has some clout going into. And look, I think a lot of us can agree on this when it comes to Terry. I really think if, like we're saying, if the season goes bad, Terry is probably going to be the scapegoat. I truly don't think it's going to happen though, because the way this team is coming together, we got to see what Rock can do. But man, after that, just hearing him talking, it's the tone, it's the way he spoke. I mean, Winston, we were talking about it. We wanted to run through walls for the guy. You know, it felt like a Mike Tomlin talk. It felt like he's going to get these guys accountable to each other. He's telling them, you're going to keep me accountable. And I'm going, I'm in.
Hold that energy, C-Dub, because we're gonna get to that later. We're gonna get to that later.
John.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's for everybody. If you know how Terry Fontenot works, right? And you know that the man can cook, right? If he was still in New Orleans, and then I really want to get your opinion on this, knowing how Terry thinks, do you think if Terry was still in New Orleans, do you think Terry would have signed Chase Young? Because I say hell no, he wouldn't have.
Signed who?
He would have never signed Chase Young.
Oh, Chase Young.
Okay.
Chase Young. Man, you got Antonio, you got a horrible accent. You put both names together. I thought you were saying Tayshaun.
Yeah, I was Chase Young. For some reason, I was thinking Matthews.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking Matthews. I'm like, you mean the LSU guy, the safety, the one that's
I was thinking of some other name. I ain't with the baseball these days. Like,
the old man got a lot of 64 years of wax in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, John, and me, I got the gray, so I apologize too.
I don't know what excuse is.
Hey, Red. Now, Red. Okay. Now, what was the question? Damn.
The question was, would Terry have signed Chase Young?
Will Terry Fontenot survive the year? If Terry Fontenot survived the year,
he said, would he have signed Chase Young?
Antonio's asking.
Oh, Antonio.
Antonio's
asking, would he have signed? And I'm
that's right. Antonio. No, I don't think he would have. Not to the Falcons, he wouldn't have.
He's talking about for New Orleans.
To the Saints either.
Yeah, Antonio. I think.
No, not New Orleans.
Hey, Ray, you got a clip.
I got a what?
You popping a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not coming in clear.
Yeah, you might want to check that.
No, it's kind of breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Like I'm not there.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Let me do one more technical issue, fellas. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
We know you will.
Yep.
And I agree with Mills.
With Mills, I think it's going to translate to the field.
Yeah.
Like you got to look at it. Like we had talent last year, and it didn't translate to the field in the way that we wanted, because at the end of the day, you have a head coach who thinks he's the smartest man in the room, and nobody can tell him anything. It's my way or the highway. And the worst part about that is he's not learning from his mistake.
Yeah,
that's how he got out the door.
Yeah,
Raheem said in his speech, everything that I do, everything that we do, the staff that I assemble, everything we do is to get the best out of you, because this is all about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
He said, y'all are the most important people. Mm-hmm. We just here to help. We're support for y'all.
All right. Hey, Winston. Now, hold up. Now, I got to hold everybody up on that part, because he's talking about the speech. Because see, I want to play it's about a 6-minute speech.
Yeah.
And before we get into it, let's play that. Listen to what he has to say, and then we can, comment on that specifically. But
let's do it.
Okay, now the question and I wanted to chime in on this before we move on about Diva's question. Now, about Terry Fontenot. Now, gentlemen, like I said, and I'm trying to think of what I said in this venue or some other venue as far as this is concerned. Look, let me get Red back on. I think Red might have. I hope Red fired his whole sound production studio over there.
I'll tell you, he needs to, man. Those idiots.
Give me a mic test, Red.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
He's still popping.
It still got a little clip in.
What,
Turn the volume down a little bit.
Okay, what you talking through, Red? Red, what you talking through?
These Cyro headsets. I guess I'm just gonna get off the headset. I'm finna come back. I'm gonna get off the headset.
All right, I see what he's doing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, oh man, you can't take him back to Radio Shack either.
Shoot, I thought he got it for Dollar General. Electric Circuit City.
And
the old heads are bringing up the stores we went to.
He got him
now. As far, there you go. But now I'm gonna say this about Terry Fontenot. Okay, I'm a big, doing the type of work that I did, doing a little managing, supervising, stuff like that. In order for me to get my job, I had to pass the resume phase. I had to fill out a resume, tell what it is that I have done before, how successful I was at it, and the results of, the good results that I might have experienced by doing my job. Resume. Then after the resume, I get the in-person interview where the person gets to talk to me, find out who I am, what my values are, try to trip me up or whatever in the resume. Now, the Falcons, however, will hire you for one thing and have you do something else. Then the job that you're hired for, they don't let you do. This is what I was saying about this general manager head coach thing. The head coach is not supposed to be above the general manager. When you hire a general manager, that general manager, you hired him to do a job.
Yeah.
You hired him to do a job. You are GM. I'm holding you responsible for this, that, or the other. Same way that you do with the president, vice president, area manager, district manager, supervisor, employee, custodian. If I hired you for the job, you supervisor, employee. Who that? Somebody redoing me.
Man, you just got a remix.
And I sounded good. At any rate,
so humble.
And yeah. The thing is about it is that when I put you in that office and I put your name on that door, and that becomes your office, and you're wearing that title, me, looking from the outside in, if I want to ask a question as to what's going on, I'm supposed to be able to come to your office and you're supposed to be able to tell me what the hell going on from your point of reference and from your point of view, because that's what I hired you to do. But at the Falcons, he was just a figurehead. He was just a figurehead. These past 3 years, he wasn't nothing but a figurehead. Okay.
He was an accountant. That was it.
Can I say one thing?
He was just wearing a title. Go ahead, Tonio. Hey, Tonio, before you get started, I'm gonna do like Congress. I'm reserving my time. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if anybody ever really thought about it, but I think when we hired Arthur Smith, I think it was like, don't ever think like FedEx wasn't involved in his hiring. Because me personally, I think if Arthur Smith looked at it from a standpoint of, I'm gonna hire the guy that basically owns FedEx, I'm gonna bring in his son. You don't think that Arthur Smith, as a businessman with Home Depot and everything else that he's tied into, like, he didn't get massive discounts for moving freight? Y'all don't think that at all?
Well, now does Arthur
see Arthur a lot of stuff for Arthur Smith, bro? They tolerated a lot of stuff with him.
But Tonyo, now Arthur Blank is retired, isn't he?
He's still CEO.
Maybe, yeah.
He's still
No,
CEO.
yeah, he's not CEO now.
That don't mean
If I may be mistaken, I thought he had
if he's not the CEO, he's still on the board.
Yeah,
he's the head man.
In charge.
Yeah,
there's a lot of CEOs
Okay.
that has a higher up.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, and Tonio, you may be absolutely right. You might be, and you know, and recent events would definitely sway you to think about that.
Well,
However, I'm going to say this about all of that. See, thing is that me down on my level and us on our level, we start asking questions when we see things going wrong. And the people whose job title it is coach, quarterback coach, running back coach, head coach, offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, whoever it is, we go to that person to ask them, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Right.
And in any team or any business setting, that's what you're supposed to be able to do.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to be able to do. Because see, thing is that even though you may do some things on the side, your main job and your main job title is head coach, quarterback coach, running back coach, whatever. And me as a fan, just like the rest of you, you see something going wrong, first thing you're gonna look at is the person, what he's doing. You may say, hey, he's supposed to know better than that. Is he getting coached? You know, is he doing this? You know, because see, the thing is, and I'm looking at what Wallace Smith is saying down here. Blank, we had 7 GMs at one time.
Oh boy, I remember that one.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
We had 7 general managers on this team. And the thing
Scott Pioli, one of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
Scott Pioli. Scott Pioli, Fontenot, because see, he had fallen out with Fontenot about how Fontenot was running the team or the draft picks he was making and all that type of stuff. And so he split it up to 7 GMs.
Wait a minute, that was doing Fontenot's? Pierre, I thought that was
excuse me, not Fontenot. Dimitrov.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
a false tip.
Yeah, Dimitrov. And
Bicycle
thing was, it was just a convoluted mess. Just had a whole bunch of people running around here with a GM title. What are you GM in charge of today? Well, I collect toilet paper. What are you GM in charge of?
It was the Spider-Man meme.
I'm official toilet flusher. Well, what, son? I do that while I'm getting the toilet paper. I flush the toilet. You know, nobody didn't know what the hell they were doing.
That was the Spider-Man meme. That, you know, just everyone pointed at everybody.
Yeah, so, that was when Dan Quinn was here. Oh my God.
Slogan.
And then Dan Quinn hired him a get back man. And that, you know what, that man, his job was to keep people off the field so we wouldn't get no 5-yard penalty. You know, y'all get back.
Also, how to coach or how to remember the time management.
Yeah, a time management coach.
He hired a coach for that one too.
A quality control coach.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was his real title. So, but you see where I'm going.
Arthur Smith for that, because that was he's good at quality control.
You see where I'm going with this. I'm going with this. See, the thing is that here they were repeating these same mistakes by hiring a general manager, but not letting him do his job.
Thank you.
Okay. And when you do some crazy mess like that, the only thing you're doing is just asking for trouble. Just asking for trouble.
With the capital T.
Now, this is the crazy part right now. I left out your president, Greg Beadles, that you hired this year when you kicked what's his name, McKay, up to a higher position. You didn't see him.
Yeah.
We never saw him before.
You know,
Beadle been with the organization for a minute, but
he's been with the organization, and they finally gave him the president spot. They gave him the president spot beginning of the last football year. Fondo's been here for 3 years, and you know, they finally gave him his job in the last interview. Come on, man.
There you go. You want it? There you go.
Come on, man. All right, well, let me see. Millie Mill. Oh, got Millie Mills in here saying what's up. But
Hey, what's up, Millie?
that's why,
Millie?
that's one of the reasons why I'm saying right now. Oh, let me bring up one more point. You know, your offensive and defensive rankings flipped between 22 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
They flipped.
Yeah.
Because of the acquisitions that Fontenot was able to get once some salary cap money was released.
Yep.
Now, he did his job, but the person who was head coach, who was on equal footing with him, he fell flat on his face.
Yeet.
So, and that's why I say, and that's why I used to always use that elevator analogy. How much of the funk is that funk that you got on you from that man, from somebody putting in the elevator? How much of that funk got on you? And when the doors open and folks start looking, how much did you stink?
Look,
how bad did you smell?
Versus a silence, because you got
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna have to jump off, man. I really appreciate y'all having me on, man, especially with such short notice.
Steve,
all right, man.
Plug your stuff, man, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. You all, please check me out on the Check Down. It's a YouTube channel that we launched about a month ago. We do analysis and commentary on our beloved Atlanta Falcons, and we go in, you know. So please check us out. The handle is @CheckDowner. But if you search the Check Down on YouTube, you should find us.
Yeah, the space check down, and that's how I had to find it. But it's good stuff.
Yep.
All right, hey man, appreciate you coming in on short notice.
Oh, absolutely.
And don't be no stranger.
Never, man. I just need to stay plugged in.
Hey,
all right.
The doors are open.
Okay,
yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, fellas. Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
No problem.
But yeah,
the garage store for red though.
but for all of those things, you know, for all of those reasons, I can't just cast him. I just can't cast him into the 4 wins. Not after this season, because you know he was part of the renaissance of your defense, or helped your defensive renaissance. Because was he not? Now this is another interesting question. Who was responsible for hiring our defensive coordinator last year?
I gotta say, I want to say Terry because of the background the guy had. Because didn't he come from New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's where I go initially.
So now I got to give him credit for that. If that's true. If that's true. Now,
exactly.
I lean toward what you're saying, C-Dub, but until I get concrete proof that he was the one that did it and all that type of stuff.
Exactly. Same here.
And then on top of that, since both of them, the GM and the head coach, had the same amount of power, who did Arthur Smith have to sign off on it, or did he agree to work with him and all that type of stuff there? Instead of the GM saying, "Hey, I'm getting you a defensive coordinator. This is the man called Dean Pease is gone. So, okay, Dean Pease retired. I'm going to put this man here. Y'all work together. We'll get this together, blah, 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 blah." But that's why I was harping so much about the order of progression, the order of power, the hierarchy. You got to have a working hierarchy in order for this to work. Because see, what we've been having for the past 3 years, I didn't have anybody that I wanted to point the finger of blame at a person. But every time I pointed it,
what about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy?
It was too much. It was too much of a jumble.
Yeah.
It was a convoluted
sort it out. Yeah, you couldn't sort out who who actually is responsible for this mess.
Yeah,
I
like who's
know
the
I know
strongest
you stink,
personality?
but I can't find out which one of y'all stink. One of y'all need to take a shower, but I can't find out which one it is.
All y'all
Yeah.
get in the shower.
Because y'all were always together.
Hey, the three amigos.
Y'all were always together. Now somebody, okay, well, all three of y'all getting. No, don't do that. Y'all just get out of my
We'll follow
face.
each
Hey,
other.
John. Hey,
and
John.
all for one.
Hey, Tito. Hey, I Winston. Remember that? Remember the scene at the end of Traded Places where they were just pointing to everybody? You,
Yeah.
you, and that's all the blame. You, everybody, all over the room.
Flower branch, man.
And at the end, when they cut the machines off, everybody broke except for two people.
That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. Because when they cut the machine out, everybody got kicked out except for Marquise Williams and Terry Fondo. Everybody else got bounced. Everybody was broke.
Drake said too. He was like, "Hey, I'm right here." I'm man. That's a good question, John. What? So my thing is this: when it comes to all this again, is that I don't think we're going to see such a drastic turn badly. Things happen, I get it, but I'm just looking at. I really like what we got right now, because we got a guy that wants to be accountable. We got a guy that's a leader. There's a difference between a leader of men and a guy that thinks he is. What did I tell you about Arthur Smith before? He doesn't want talented quarterbacks. He doesn't want guys that have cachet. Why? Because he wants the ego to say he's done it. That's why he wanted to be the coach and the play caller, the guy that, this is my system. It runs with this kind of guy. I can do this. But now you got a guy like Rod going, oh, I got a team. We're going to come together. We got this. We'll get the guy. We want an elite processor. We want a guy that can get the ball down the field. Because let's be honest, if they had better quarterback play, I wouldn't be here. He kept saying that, not anyone else. He said that, and I don't care what anyone said. Ritter was going to get gone because when you keep saying quarterback play is the reason why you lost, well, who's the quarterback? Why is he still here? You're not going to pass that turd.
Now, see, the mitigating factor in that was what Arthur Blank said in the press conference.
Oh, yes.
See, that's the mitigating factor for me because Arthur Blank recognized something. Yep. He recognized something. He might not eat now. Well, now I don't know whether it was a garbage. But
that's what he said, John.
No, wait a minute, Red. Let me say this. Let me say this, Red. He said that when you bring a lot of people, when you bring a lot of players in, some of them are diamonds in the rough, and they have to be polished. And he didn't call the man garbage. Not he just right now. He didn't call the man garbage.
He's a little more polished. Hold on,
but the thing is that okay now and just like we said many times before, Ritter may be trash. Ritter may be trash. Yes. However, you didn't polish him up. You didn't even try to polish him up.
Because
you didn't do nothing for him.
But that's what John, but that's what I was saying. That's what Arthur Smith, that's the kind of guy he wants. He doesn't, it's like, think about it. I bet you he was really mad about Pickens being traded. Because if he could elevate Pickens, oh look, this guy was the first round pick. And I raised him up. I'm just saying.
You can say Deontay Johnson got traded.
Oh yeah, oh God. The Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson, yeah.
Was it Johnson? Is Pickens still there? Is Pickens still there?
Hey, that's gonna be a mistake. If you think Johnson was a terror, wait till the game when Pickens don't have it, when his stats ain't looking like he want them to look. All Smith gonna need security. Smith gonna need security walking this off.
Carolina.
Yeah, he went to Carolina, and look, the stuff he was pulling at Steelers.
I'm sorry.
He'll probably still be doing it in Carolina.
Johnson is the better receiver over George Pickens.
Oh, I agree.
I would take Johnson.
I don't know, Winston.
Johnson just got that that diva attitude, and he fell out of favor because they won't give him the ball.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
I don't
That's
know.
what that was.
Pickens got
He
talent.
just put on the job. No, I ain't knocking Pickens on talent. Pickens nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting there saying that he's some scrub. Oh no, by far he from that. But I would take Deontay Johnson over George Pickens.
I just don't know, Winston, because every time I saw him, it's just they were like the good games were good, but then those games where you could tell he checked out. Man, it's like, dude, yeah. I mean,
he was tired of being there.
Oh yeah. Well,
he had been asked for a trade a long time ago anyway.
The offensive system there with Canada and everything, I couldn't understand what the heck they were trying to do. I still don't understand what they were doing all year.
And you're not going to understand this year either.
That's the same thing that happened with us last year.
Variables.
I couldn't understand what he was doing.
Just look at the Falcon offense. You can understand it completely.
Hold on, guys. There's a lot of variables, and he's going to have a backup tight end, Washington, that is going to get a whole lot of balls. I'm telling you, watch out. He's going to.
You better bet it. You better bet it.
You know, I might be right. I'm just joking.
Donnell Johnson. I mean, Washington might slip into the Pro Bowl next year.
Right, and whoever the starter is going to be like, man, am I even going to play today? I ain't getting no touches.
Because I'm telling you, yeah, Washington. I saw him. I was like, I wish we could draft him. That'd be a big body next to Pitts. Oh, the jumbo package I was thinking about.
They got it now.
Yeah, they do. All right.
You got to think about it. With Russell Wilson, he can run around like Tannehill could back in his early years when he first got to Tennessee after leaving Miami. And then he got tight ends. All of them get Washington catch. Washington now got the biggest catch raters in the league.
Yes, he does.
He got the largest catch raters in the league. And Pat Fryer, that's a Pro Bowl player, man. Like, and then you got Najee Harris in the backfield. He like 230.
Now those the guys their game is gonna improve a lot. Najee Harris.
And then behind him, they got Jalen Moore.
Yeah,
that's a backup running back.
And his game gonna improve a lot. The running back game, Pittsburgh gonna be going back to that running attack, and Fields gonna have a lot of play action. Not Fields, but Russell Wilson gonna have a lot of play action opportunity, and he actually does well in that part of the game. So that's why I say this really, I wouldn't be surprised if Russell Wilson win comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I think the Steelers will be good. I think what's going to be interesting to see is.
But I just don't want Arthur Smith to get all the praise and all the flowers.
And that's what I'm. That's
going to be interesting to see.
And see, he gonna get the big part
right
there.
there.
Gonna be like Atlanta. What Atlanta didn't do? I mean, they're gonna be looking at us like, well, what didn't Atlanta give Arthur Smith? Why is he succeeding over here? That's why we got to have a good year. We got to have a good year. We cannot let Pittsburgh shit on us while we over here struggling, while they over there going stepping up big. So, Kirk Cousins, if you let Arthur Smith outplay you, me, Winston, John, and C-Dub, we get in the car, we riding down to the Benz, and you better hide from us, boy. You better not let
Powerbomb. John's gonna just point us to the direction. We'll take him out, all three of us.
Me and C-Dub take you out. John and Winston, y'all had a car ready.
No, I'll be in Flowery Branch jail, and y'all will be in real jail. y'all will be on Rice Street.
I ain't gonna do that to Winston. Winston's got a young family, but we're ready. We'll just do
y'all
something.
will be on Rice Street.
I don't know, John. I don't know. Me and C-Dub, we might not be on Rice Street. We might be able to escape this. You know
you know what? You know what? See, y'all.
Well, I don't know, C-Dub. I might be on Rice Street. They be like, oh no, that red one. Yeah, we let C-Dub go. That red one, go get him.
I'm like, orale. I just put on my. I look like this guy.
That's Pickett. Dude, that's Pickett, quarterback. He got traded.
Yeah.
No, he got traded on Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Man, but you know what though? I wouldn't be surprised, Winston, if he gets some playing time. With Hurts, all them injury issues he be having, and he gonna
I
suck
mean,
it. Ooh, he gonna
yeah,
suck.
he can trick it up. Trick it up.
Yeah.
And they're gonna end up messing around getting Saquon hurt again. It could be in the
Oh
same
yeah, they got Saquon, so that might take some pressure off Pickens.
They're gonna run the ball. If Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts goes out, they're gonna run the ball. It could be the same situation that Saquon left from the Giants.
I think the Eagles will be
New York.
Yeah.
No,
he went to Philly. Kenny Pickett.
Saquon went to Philly.
Yeah,
Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett got traded. Pickett, like a Flint. He got traded. George Pickens is still Pittsburgh.
Okay.
That's weird.
And you're gonna see this.
Well, don't you? All right. She said Marito.
Yeah,
I guess you mean Mariota. Marito.
The man has made a drink now.
Marito.
Dan Quinn made a drink out of him.
Hey, Winston, that food like Jerome Case on our show. Can't spell worth a damn.
No, no. She did that. She was drinking a mojito.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, my bad. My bad, Miss Diva.
Marito. Marito, can you bring me a mojito?
For later?
For later?
Hell, later.
Gotta go down to Florida. I need to go to Florida to have a good mojito.
Oh, Jesus, you ain't lying.
Hey, man, don't Red, stop talking, man. Man, look here. I got a full tank of gas in the truck. and Winston, no. Right. Ain't even a thought. I'd be rolled out. I ain't tell you about the time. I ain't tell you about the time I got mad with my wife one time and got in the car. And by the time I woke up, I was in New Orleans.
John, go driving. I get it.
Look, I had to roll out.
By the time he got back, he forgot what he was mad about.
He ain't lying.
Yeah.
Ain't got no idea. Someone biting his back. He needs something to eat.
John shut up with a gallon of milk and said, "So what was I upset?"
He probably so happy to see him back. You're like, who cares?
Man, shoot, I got something at the Waffle House, turned around and drove back.
Oh my God, that's awesome. All right, see you. Drive home.
Got back home, time for her to go to work. Where you been? Out.
Waffle House. I didn't tell you what state I was in. I just Waffle House.
Hey, Wallace, man, I agree. I definitely
I'm not gonna even make a comment. I'm afraid of where I'm gonna go.
What was that? Hey, what were you agreeing to?
I was trying to find it.
Wallace, the comment about this one.
Oh, okay. No, I see it.
Go up fast.
Yeah,
This shows that the 2022 draft class of QB was one of the worst QB classes. I got you. Nobody is home except Purdy.
Yeah,
Purdy's the last one. He's the last one of that draft class that is still with the team to draft.
He's the only one. He's the only one that's about to get paid. Out of all the Bears, he's the only one that's going to get paid.
Yeah, he's the only one that's going to get paid. He's going to be the only one that's going to start next year. The
last.
Hey, I want to ask one last question about Arthur Smith because I would like to go into the Raheem thing. But Arthur Smith, do you think Arthur Blank, when he saw Arthur Smith, he just was so fixated on, I let Kyle go. He's my next Kyle Shanahan. This guy, we could put all those smart decisions on him. He knows he's a play caller. He sits. Do you think Arthur Blank fell in love with all those things? And you know how we're saying, well, how did he get all this power? How did he get all this grace? How did he get all this leeway? Think honestly, that's where you got to look at is Arthur Blank trying to fill holes where in the most dumbest of ways, basically.
If Arthur Blank did fall in love with him, C-Dub, then that senile fool need to go back upstairs and stay upstairs because he don't know, he don't have a clue. He is clueless. Like I say on my page, Vito is one of the most clueless owners out there, and I don't want him making decisions. You're not a football guy, you're a Home Depot guy. Go back upstairs, put on your DVD player, and watch grumpy old men and just wait for the season to start. Stay out of the football room, Arthur Blank. You don't know football.
Hold on. I mean, the Hallmark channels.
Arthur Blank is trying to be Jerry Jones so bad.
Jerry knows more football than Arthur Blank.
Jerry knows football. Yeah, think about it. Jerry actually played football. Jerry made it to college playing football.
Jerry actually
knows football.
He was on the national championship team with Jimmy Johnson.
Jerry knows football.
Yes.
And then he buy into the league, and he surrounded himself with smart people. And he picked up, and then got them out of the way. He picked up a little bit more information, get them out of the way. And now he's starting to settle back. And now Dallas is starting to win.
Jerry won a title with Jimmy Johnson in college, and Jimmy, after college, went the football route. Jerry went the J.R. Ewing route, and then once Jerry, seriously, that's what happened. That's what happened.
I love that.
And then once Jerry made his money, once he made enough money, he could buy him his way into NFL because the football love never went away. The Cowboys came up with a deal of a lifetime, and boy, you got to get Jerry some props because he bought the Cowboys for $150. He bought the Cowboys for $150 million. That team is worth billions now. This man don't turn the Cowboys into Ewing oil. I mean, he don't turn the Cowboys into another Ewing oil.
The Cowboys is the most wealthiest team profit-wise, but overall worth-wise. They are the wealthiest team in all of sports.
They number one, right?
In America. Baseball, soccer, whatever. Dallas Cowboys is number one.
And that's the only matter of fact. Jerry Jones is the Tyler Perry of the NFL because business-wise, he's great. You can't tell that man. That man don't forgot more business than we all us. But product-wise, well.
Now let me say this. Before y'all waste all that car wax on that doggone car here.
Oh yeah, Zap is still with the Patriots and Willard. But I mean, neither one of them will see the field this year.
No.
But now as far as the Cowboys are concerned, see, the Cowboys prior to let me see. Cowboys came in 66.
Who was that? Hank Stram or somebody?
I thought he was in Kansas City. Hank Stram.
Oh yeah, you could be right, Steve.
You're talking about Landry.
They originated in 1960.
Well, yeah, Landry was the coach. I was trying to think of who the owner.
What was it?
Who was
1960?
the owner?
1960.
I can't remember.
Okay, yeah, 1960. Now, prior to the Falcons coming here in 66, we would only get Cowboys games and Redskins games. That's what we would get here. Now
that's how it is here now. Still.
Yeah. Now Winston up in Richmond.
Well, I know you were happy with
NFC East game. Well, what's known as the NFC East now.
Yeah, all we get is Cowboy game and the Redskins. If either one of them playing at 1:00, they on TV.
Yeah,
well, you were happy when NFL Sunday Ticket was invented.
Amen.
Well, man. Well, man, you just
I bet Winston like, wait, hey, it's Christmas time. I'm finally getting to see my Falcons. Instead of stealing cable from the neighbor next door.
That's why I
Man,
keep.
you are a
That's why I
mess.
keep Dofu Sport. That's exactly why I keep the Dofu app.
Right,
One thing for sure, two
right.
things for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
missing any
that's
more
why
Falcons.
that's why I don't tell too many people about them because I don't want them to ruin it for us.
What up, Smitty?
What's up,
10K.
Smitty?
Smooth Smitty in the building. What's going on, bro?
Smitty.
Now, when
What's up,
you
Smitty?
look at the net worth of a football team, the crowning jewel of that net worth is the stadium.
Yeah.
When he bought that stadium, or when he had that stadium built or whatever, it's the same thing with the Falcons. Same thing with the Falcons. See, the Falcons, when the Georgia Dome was built, and then when the Mercedes-Benz Dome was built, that became the cornerstone of all the investments, along with the property at Flowery Branch and all that. And Antonio, he we're gonna be off of this in a minute, Tonio. But I just wanted to talk about this for a second. See, the Cowboys and the Redskins used to always, it was a rivalry. Landry versus Joe Gibbs or whoever it was that was coaching up there. And those, the Giants were a team and they were a factor, but it wasn't as bad as Washington and Dallas. Okay. And, all of that really came from there. And the Jimmy Johnson years, they were launched with that crazy, crazy trade with Minnesota. When Minnesota grabbed Herschel Walker and Dallas grabbed all of those draft picks, the dynasty was born after the first year. And the first year was horrible, but that next year, Dallas took off. And then all throughout the 80s, throughout the 90s, it was Dallas, 49ers, Washington, New York. Those were the people that were winning all the Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh. Those people that win all the Super Bowls. The NFC went on. Yeah.
You said 80s? You said 80s or 90s?
It was the 80s and the 90s.
Okay.
It was the 80s and the 90s because the 49ers had the 80s.
They ran the 80s.
49ers had the 80s. And it was a situation where the NFC Championship game was more important than the Super Bowl because whoever won the NFC Championship game, they were odds-on favorites to win the Super Bowl. Once Buffalo got beat down and Denver got beat down, and
now John, think about this. Think about this. The NFC East won 4 straight Super Bowls from 90 to 92. Giants, Redskins, and the Cowboys back to back.
Yeah. And like Smith is saying here, prestige sales franchises too. Atlanta's growing population-wise, but the fan base is divided. That would kill a sale of this team. Well, and see, the thing is that we are a transient city. Atlanta's definitely a transient city because when people ask me where you grew up at, I'm Atlanta. What part of Atlanta you grew up? Pittsburgh. Oh, where that at? Hey man. One of the oldest neighborhoods in the city.
Off McDaniel Street to the right.
Yeah.
Going down. They don't know. They ain't from Atlanta. When you say Pittsburgh, they don't know what the word you're talking about.
No, they don't know. They don't know nothing about that because I tell them I'm from Pittsburgh, but I had hall passes to Reynoldstown, South Atlanta, the liquor lot.
I was out at one of the Pittsburgh picnics at the park a few years ago.
Yeah, Pittman Park. I mean, look, I played basketball in every park we had around here.
Hey, Winston, them picnics were so crunk. John Terry, you can go by each family's table and grab a plate if you know what you're doing. All you gotta do is speak. Say what's up, boys. A plate waiting, seat up, plate waiting for you. And each spot you stop, long as I'm out cooking, you can grab a plate. Like some of them gonna ask you to come over and try. Hey, Red, hey, little Red, try some of it right here, boy.
I want to try that so bad. I want to do that so bad in my lifetime. Enjoy a true tailgate.
Yeah, Smith
you're here.
I used to work over there near Bowen Homes. Mm-hmm. I used to work over there.
Bowen Homes, Smitty. That's right across the street from my house, right down. Well, house I grew up in, right down the street from Bowen Homes, Smitty. I know you know Kings Grant Drive. I know you know it, John.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. See, going back to the sports, the football ownership or whatever. See, the NFC used to run the roost, and see, the Cowboys were in the thick of it. And when we would beat them, on the rare occasion that we would beat them, man, we would celebrate just like it was a Super Bowl. But I had a bet. I had a bet with a dude at work. Oh, y'all, Falcons they gonna kill the Falcons. They gonna kill the Falcons. That was the game that Dion was in on offense.
I know the game you talking about.
Man, shoot. I watched that, and man, I was loaded for bear when I went back to work, Jack. Joker talking all that mess, man. I told him up. Because I think Emmitt Smith played only one series in the game, and Falcons knocked him out of the game.
Yeah, he got hurt the second play, third play?
Yeah.
The second or third play.
Got hurt the second or third play and had Bobby Abear in there at quarterback.
Dion had one of the best games of his career, and it was his last season in town too. But he showed out in that Cowboys game. I remember that game.
Man, I enjoyed Bobby Abear though. Man, as quarterback, that boy.
I like Bobby. You remember that?
You know what? Now I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know why there's so much hate for New Orleans because we've got so much stuff out from down there. It's a crying darn shame.
I was about to ask, why do we hate? Because I'm going. We take almost all their players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious.
Thank you for Morton Anderson.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for Yamada.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. Before we go into the Raheem Morris, Millie Mills asked this question, and
that's a good question.
Diva asked this question. And when you all say the fan base being divided, are you talking about the recent divide because of what? What's dividing us now? Gentlemen, I'm gonna ask y'all that. What's dividing the fan base now?
Quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback. I mean, remember, we were fighting with people about Ritter. We were fighting, should Ritter play? Should he not play? I mean,
I think I can answer Millie's question a little bit. Millie, I think the divide that you maybe be speaking on, the current divide, because really all of us fans, I mean, like guys like me, John C-Dub, old school fans like Winston, old school fans like us, it ain't no divide with us. But I think the divide that you speaking on maybe occurred when Vic was drafted. Then Vic, because you gotta think when Michael Vick was drafted, that brought a whole new wave of Falcon fans. Everybody that wasn't paying attention to the Falcons, they started paying attention in. If you had the Falcons on layaway, you went and go pick them up because you had Michael Vick. And then started the whole Michael Vick journey. You understand? Whether it was performing on the field, the stuff going on off the field, the battle, the racial divide between the North and the South, and some for Vic, some against Vic, maybe not against Vic's play, but against Vic's antics and maybe against Vic off the field. Then you had that combined with debate. Then think about that was right around the time sports talk debate started heating up. You had radio shows getting very popular and prevalent, so you had people speaking on this stuff daily. and weekly. In addition to the games being played, then the NFL is becoming a real popular sport. So things were beginning to expand. You understand around this time.
He started
Vic,
moving the
Vic
shape.
brought a whole new level to the Falcons. He brought us up on a national pedestal. You understand? And then when he got in trouble, when he was getting in trouble, little things here, right? But once Vic got in trouble with the dog fighting, that might have been, not only was the Falcon fan base divided, you had the sports fan base divided.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm trying to answer your question.
And then and another fan base. We're not even gonna sit there and say it, but we can generalize what that divided too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's like, well, one of yours did such, and
oh yeah, it was different. There was some racial divides.
Oh yeah.
But
like,
I
then you got to think Michael Vick giving the fan the finger. I mean, shooting the bird to the fan. That oh my God, that bought him a few more non-fans. And of course, you always gonna have the folks that was for Vic was always gonna be for Vic.
Yeah,
then you had them
for Vic.
Right, versus the folks that were just for Vic on the field and not for Vic off the field. And then you start having black folks criticizing Vic, and then they had to take the heat because they getting called sellouts from the black folks that's for Vic no matter what. You understand? Some of us, we were just, if Vic performing on the field, we with him. But I ain't with that crazy crap off the field or all that stuff. So it was just a lot of stuff going on. Vic was he was in the national spotlight.
He was the hero.
Sports debate. Well, the dog fighting incident, that he's a hero now that he redeemed himself. But back during that dog fighting incident, you want to talk about a divide. But a matter of fact, can you imagine? And you see how we are in Atlanta Bird Gang now. Can you imagine how it would have been had that dog fight incident happen right around that time? Oh my God, the things that would have been said.
Man,
can you imagine the debate?
Was around then.
Oh my God!
It would have been crazy.
I want to bring this up too because y'all brought it up too, but because I was a big Vic fan. But then when all the trials and everything was going down, it was like I was going, man, this sucks. And then it's like when you hear Vic saying his own words, I didn't care about the game. I was the first one or the last one to get in, first one to leave. Playbook, I couldn't give a damn. And it's like, and people don't even listen to that. It's like they go, oh, he had to say that. No, he said it. And then you have Matt Ryan, who has, it's like, people, it's like he is the consummate pro. And it's like when he says, I'm not truly appreciated. I never took it as Matt being mad about it. I think Matt was more, if I say it doesn't happen, it's, oh, don't bother me. Everyone's going to go, you're lying. Okay, it bothers me. You shouldn't say that. We're in that world where
catch 1 or 2.
Yeah. And I want to just say, I think honestly with the Falcon fan base, when this year happened and how people were going crazy about Ritter, it's like I wanted to go, y'all do realize this isn't Michael Vick. And not with that, it's like I think people are afraid to criticize or be accountable. And what we have become is in this fan base, and at least with the Bird Gang, I think with the Bird Cage, with the eye test, even with the Rev show that Red does, we have all become more accountable and want our team to be accountable. That's why we couldn't stand Arthur Smith. Arthur was freaking when he said toxic, calling us toxic. We took it seriously because we were like, dude, now you're going to name calling? You can't even do your job.
You're supposed to be you're supposed to be the representation of our team.
Yes.
And you're gonna sit there and call our fan base toxic.
Yeah.
Like you better be glad that we ain't running out of town then. But that was it. Like after that, man. But like what Vic meant for the Falcons fan base, you got Vic was
everything.
Vic was the Allen Iverson
Yeah.
football. That's the closest comparison I can give. Like Vic was literally the Allen Iverson. Because they from down the street from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand that. Vic and Allen Iverson grew up like 30, 40 minutes away from each other. They literally from down the street from each other.
Okay.
That's like an hour and 30, 40 minutes away from me. You know what I'm saying? So when you see similar characteristics from them, that's why. You know what I'm saying?
Cornrows, the hip hop quarterback. You got your hip hop guy in the NBA. They both brought a hip hop culture to their sport that probably wasn't prevalent before. And the fact that we in Atlanta and this is the Black Mecca, but you still have a huge north. The north side ain't going nowhere. We still in Georgia. So Atlanta, listen to what I'm saying. Atlanta might be the Black Mecca, but we still are in Atlanta, Georgia.
Real
Now,
quick.
let me.
I wanted to ask. Yeah.
What you guys see that?
I wanted to ask because I think you brought it up, John, but Dan Reeves. If Dan Reeves didn't get fired, do y'all think Michael
Vick would not be in trouble?
Would have been? What Vick's career would have been?
Michael Vick would not have been in trouble.
I agree 100%.
And I believe that. I believe that now more than I never doubted that because Michael Vick respected Dan Reeves.
Thank you.
And he respected Dan Reeves because Dan Reeves was trying to help him. Now, one of the most
you forgot your famous saying. What else would Dan Reeves do to Michael Vick? When he messed up, he gonna do what?
He gonna coach him.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna put what?
He gonna put his foot in his ass.
There you go. And Gilmore Jr. will not.
But see,
Jim Moore Jr. was. Well, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this. All right.
I'm sorry, guys.
Whatever that was, you did.
I was blowing some crap off my damn.
But I'm gonna say
loaded up.
Now, Michael Vick had just shown his natural behind in the national championship game. Okay. Mm-hmm. He had just shown. I mean, he did it all. He did it all.
Oh, and the GM, that was an aggressive move to trade up to get him.
Yeah,
that's what you want Terry to be.
That time.
Oh, wasn't Clark? No. Oh God. Now I'm gonna look it up now.
Yeah, y'all look that up. But let me say this.
Was it Ken Herrick?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That at any rate.
Sorry to bring up bad memory.
See, Michael Vick just shown his behind in the national championship game.
Right.
We were in the we were in next to the last year of Chris Chandler. We weren't going no place.
Oh no,
we weren't going no place. I mean, it
he had already reached his ceiling with 98.
Yeah. Who was it?
Harold Richardson.
Harold Richardson. Okay.
Harold, yeah.
And San Diego had the first pick.
Yeah. Right.
San Diego had the first pick. We sent what was that little joker? He was fast.
Tim Dwight.
Tim Dwight. That's right. Sent Tim Dwight and swapped picks with San Diego and grabbed Michael Vick. When the draft pick was announced, boom! It's just like somebody set off a damn hydrogen bomb in the city. We were capital L-I-T lit. It was over. It was all over.
I was celebrating.
Let me tell you something.
I'm going after John.
That Georgia Dome every Sunday. Man, look, I used to get off work. I was working working the graveyard shift at the post office. I get off at 3:00. I go straight downtown. Park my car down there, right across the street from the dome, and just go to sleep in the car. You know what would wake me up? Tailgater. Tailgater. Cooking breakfast. And at that particular time,
John, you ready? It's time. Knocking on your window.
Knocking on the window. No, look here. As ragged as that car was, if it wasn't the smell of gas coming through it, it was the smell of eggs, ham, and steak coming through. Man, look here. And that was during the time that Sports Talk had just come to Atlanta.
Right.
I had friends at 790 The Zone. I had friends 680 The Fan, the two, and they were on AM only. And, you know, they would put their tents up around there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look, I had folk that I knew from the cab stand down at Auburn Avenue, other folk from other post offices, whatever. I mean, you talking about tailgating. Man, just like Smith is saying here, it was 70,000 in the dome and 60,000 folk at the tailgate. I mean, that area was packed, and I could eat at least 15 times before the game started because I knew everybody up and down Northside Drive. And
yeah,
man,
John, you might have been asleep during the game. You ate 15 times before.
Oh, hey, man. He ain't lying. That's how it was, dog.
Man, look. Hey,
What you saying? Fourth quarter.
There were a lot of times I didn't go to the game because you remember them big box projection TV. Man, Joker would have that on the back of a couple of pickup trucks along with I ain't never seen nothing like that up until that time. One of them grills, one of the barbecue grills that was long as a doggone house trailer, man. I mean, just cooking egg. I mean, just cooking everything right there, man. You know, charged by $15 a plate, $20 a plate. Man, I'm talking about, man, it was an event. It was an event every home game Sunday. Man, that George, man. And it was like
a mini Freaknik, dude. Really, yeah. It was like a mini Freaknik. Right there in the dome.
I mean, the man, look here.
That started the fashion show.
Yeah, the Georgia Dome started the fashion show. Because see, man, you look, they had folk down there. I mean, dressed like they were going to some type of doggone party or the club or whatever. You know, would walk around the whole doggone game. Just walk around the whole game. You had some fans that would be sitting down watching the game. You had some fans walking around. But we were, man, I'm telling you, man, the atmosphere was, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. The atmosphere, you couldn't even describe it. I'm using words now, and I'm the words ain't coming like I need for them to come to tell you.
The words are coming out. John, let me tell you, I'm living in California in 2000. I thought it was time that big draft, so I'm in California, man. And I'm telling you, man, I had jokers coming up to me at UPS. It was a Saturday. I remember the day because I was riding with my friend Corey. It was a Saturday when this happened. He said, man, ooh, your team about to be here because I'm right here. I think the Rams had just won the Super Bowl. Man, we was an afterthought. Wasn't nobody talking about the Falcons. Man, when that news came over the radio, oh my God, man, we had folks all the way in Los Angeles, California saying, the Falcons, oh boy, I can't wait for the Falcons. Folks at UPS telling me, Red, your team about to be lit. I'm still 3 years away from coming back home. I didn't move back home in 2004. So, man, just the Falcons became a topic now. I couldn't talk Falcon football in LA until Vic came on the team.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that star power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, the thing was that we had, and see, this was the thing. We had the hottest player in the entire NFL on our team. We ain't never had it. Even with Dion, you didn't have the college career. You didn't have the college career that just came and flopped right over into the pro career like Michael Vick's did.
Well, Vic was a quarterback. Dion, a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Vic
see
is a
that
quarterback. He gonna touch that ball a whole lot during the game. Way more than Dion gonna touch it.
Yeah, you had the quarterback being the best athlete, and he was. I mean, electric.
You had the best player, and man,
how'd you take the news? Where were you at?
I was at Target. I remember that because I was just waiting on at time a lady. She was in the store getting some stuff. I was in the car listening to the radio, and I heard a radio. You know, it was 790 Zone, and they said, "Breaking news: the Falcons have traded." And I'm like, "Traded? What?"
Oh, Lord!
Nobody turned it a little bit, and I was like, "We're getting the first round." I'm like, "We're getting Vic. We're getting Vic." And the whole time, and what was so funny was when I watched the national championship with my brother and some friends. I looked, I said, this guy's going to play for the Falcons. And they all laughed. They were like, no way. I said, no. I said, I can see it. This is the guy we need to fill up the state. And they're like, okay, whatever. And sure enough, here I am in the car looking at him. I'm like, we're about to get Michael Vick. We're going to get Michael Vick. I couldn't believe it. I never could care about a trade in my life, because I didn't care what we gave up. I'm like, we're getting Michael Vick. That's where I was. And
I couldn't care nothing about no Tim Dwight. Tim Dwight, you can send somebody else too.
What's funny was he was one of my favorite players, and he showed up in the Super Bowl too.
Now, Tim Dwight. Now, one thing about Tim Dwight, that was a scary fast joker. Yes. He was scary fast, and he would bring that mail back to the station, Jack. Yep. he would bring that mail back to the station.
He was your old school. When he was running, he wasn't dodging. He was running, and if you got in the way, you got run over.
Yeah, that little joker was just like he was just like a little Muggsy Bogues. That joker was coming. He was coming,
and you knew he was coming too.
Oh yeah. And I'm just saying, Michael Vick. Like Smitty said in his previous comment, whether we were on the road or whether we were at home, Michael Vick, people were coming to see Michael Vick. They were coming to see Michael Vick because it was just like us here. If Michael Vick was on the field, we just felt that even no matter how far down we might be, we got a chance to win. And if he had to do it himself, he would do it. If he could do it himself, he would do it.
He did it sometimes. That first year started. Oh my God!
Yeah, I never got a chance to see him play pro. I've seen him play in college, but like the way the junk is set up in Blackburn, like the stadium itself sit down in the bottom of a hill, like it's like a little road, and it's the college town around it. And the college town migrates down into the stadium and go down, and like the school's off to the left, and the stadium over here, But like, if you don't go out there on Friday when Vic was playing, if you don't get up there, like I believe once we play football on Friday, I believe to go out there to go watch the game, and you had to get up there that early because otherwise you're not seeing it. There's no way that you're gonna see it. And like on the spot where everything was showing it, but like in the hangout spot would be like a ball where they can't get in there. At that time, 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No, I was like 17 back then. So man, I wish I could have seen him in person in the NFL.
I saw a couple games. Yeah, I remember going to a couple, and he was amazing. I remember seeing that game against Carolina when he came back from the injury. And I'm sitting at home watching that game, and he does that move where he just I still don't know how he kept
Is that where he flew?
Yeah, he flew. Yeah, and it's like nothing was covered, and they were like, well, we think. I'm like, the man just flew. Just give it to him, please.
Superman. Superman.
Yeah, he was about 2 inches off the ground.
Oh.
Dove straight over the
I think it wasn't a that was almost there getting to him. the D tackle Chris Jenkins was almost getting to him, and he don't. Oh my God, it was.
And man, I'm telling you.
So yeah,
boy.
we go. How do we go that to Raw?
Now you see how the divide started.
Yeah.
Well, and see, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Cause see, that's I will say this.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I will say this too. The divide really, there was a divide about Michael Vick because of who he displayed himself to be. Like you guys were talking about the Iverson, that was during the time Iverson was out, the cornrows, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a school of thought too, gentlemen, about what a quarterback should and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Because we were
be.
the first, and I remember, and I remember me and Winston and everybody on the Waffle House one night debating about the zone read and the read option.
Yeah.
We were the first team in the NFL to run that.
Mm-hmm.
We were the first team in the NFL to run that type of system with Michael Vick. Okay. And there were people that were always debating about Michael Vick's accuracy, Michael Vick being a passer, Michael Vick fumbling, Michael Vick, because the thing was about Michael Vick, it was a high risk, high reward game that he played.
Oh yeah,
it was a high risk, high reward game that he played. Mm-hmm. And part of the problem was our offensive line.
Oh yeah,
we didn't have one. You know, and the thing was when Michael Vick and not specifically Dan Reeves, but not because the thing was with Dan Reeves, and I remember this to the day I die. Dan Reeves always told Michael Vick, when they go in man coverage, they're not covering you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was he used to always tell them, when they go in man coverage, they're not covering you. So
everyone's
that means take off.
Yeah.
And Vic said the same thing on that play in the playoff against Minnesota. He said we run this play. We're hoping to get a man read defense. He said, in the back of my mind, the first thing I sat there and thought was this: when we hike it, if that D line get anywhere near me, I'm taking off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he said. And then lo and behold, they started breaking up the middle. We bust out the outside.
Oh, that play. Oh, that play lives in my head. One of the best plays I've ever seen.
That's his signature play right there.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Antonio. See, hey man, we look, that still hurt me.
Look,
that situation still hurts me too. But the best play that
I'm from Virginia.
I know Winston.
That was our hope and dream.
Yeah.
That was our hope. Hey, brother, go get us one. Get us one. Bring it back to the state. Go get us one. Hey, I can do it.
If Vic, Vic could have been. We talk about it. We say AI, but man, it could have been Jordan. He could have been Jordan. I mean, the way he played. I mean, my thing was if he would have gotten that coach to bring the best out of him. And I thought when he got with Andy Reid, I was like, oh man, he's going to unlock it. He is going to unlock Vic. And I thought it was going to happen. God, I really did.
You said
when he got with who?
With Reid.
With Andy Reid.
I thought you were talking about for the Falcons.
No. Well, because
he played his best. He played in Philly. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on. He did do good one year.
His most exciting time is in Atlanta.
Yes.
But as a overall quarterback, his best plays were in Philly. All right, Smitty, man.
Smitty,
that may, if you can, drop in the chat the next time you got a show, so everybody can check you out.
Yeah. And
now I'm gonna tell you, you know what happened with Iverson? One man stopped him.
No, Foreman stopped him, and that was his teammates. That was his teammates on the court. Stop it. Stop it, man.
You asked Iverson back in 2001. It was one NBA guy that he couldn't quite figure out. And that was
stop it. Man, Kobe couldn't figure him out either.
Yeah, now wait a minute, Red. Look.
It's the same thing with Bron. When Bron first went to the final, he ain't had a damn team. But he running up against a top 20 player with 3 other Hall of Famers on that squad.
Wasn't that San Antonio? Wasn't that San Antonio?
It was San Antonio. And
broke out the broom, John. It was
Now look. Now Red. Now you know good and doggone well that Allen Iverson didn't have nothing but junk around him.
That's not right. No.
This is what happened again in 2007. Just sweep around. That what happened to your king, baby. Your NBA goat with it.
This is what his team was. This is what his team was outside of him.
That's right. He didn't have no garbage around him.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, I gave him props for making it. Because he whooped Detroit. I gave him credit for beating Detroit.
I got to go here. Red, look, the best thing I heard about Iverson giving an answer, he looked over at, it was Stephen A., I believe it was, but he said, Steve, there's 24 seconds in the shot clock, right? Yeah. All right, so I passed to this guy. He passed to this guy. Passed to this guy. Passed to this guy. It's like about 10 seconds in the shot clock left. Am I supposed to pass it or am I going to take the shot? I'm going to take the shot. I gave him a shot to take it. They didn't want it, so I got to go take it.
Because you passed to that guy, our Lakers had him locked down, boy. That right, pass to him again. Nope, he ain't going to take the shot. Throw it in. No, lock him down. Give him back to Iverson. Here comes Kobe. Get that weak stuff out of here, boy.
Come on, Red. That was just like when Dr. J was playing. That's just like when Dr. J was playing. Now, you got to have some help out there.
Got that wing.
Was it Mutombo McGuy at center?
Yeah, you had Mutombo. After he gagged with the Hawks, he went over there and didn't do nothing to help Iverson.
Mutombo. Mutombo.
Mutombo went there first and then came here.
No. He went. He was with us, and then he went to Philly. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe anyway.
Mutombo run in Philly were the same as Shaq running Cleveland. They were both out of collecting a check.
Oh God, man! Some of Shaq's stops were great.
Shaq took off his belt and just put Mutombo over his lap and said, "What? Give you a good spanking."
Winston, wasn't it funny when you saw Shaq at that time of his career? He's like, "Hi, I'm Shaq Diesel. I'm here to get that check. I don't give a damn."
Hey, you know Shaq, man.
And Shaq had a nerve to be talking about Dwight Howard and some other journeyman. Dude, after you left Miami, you played on like 3 or 4 teams, man. What you talking about? Kobe played on 1 team. Shaq played on about 8 teams.
He went to Miami. He went to Cleveland.
Yeah. He went to Phoenix. He went to then he went to the Celtics. Did he go to Celtics? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he went to Boston.
Yeah.
He went to. I know it was like 2 more teams.
Not the Spurs.
Hey man, hey look. We done got.
Wait a minute.
We done got sidetracked.
God,
Antonio. Yeah. Well, it was a question. It was a question from a viewer, and I've got to respect the viewer. We got to respect the viewers and answer that question. And it's my fault. It's my fault.
What video is he trying to hear?
The Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
The Raheem Morris
we've
speech.
been that.
And we did promise that we were going to play that.
Let's.
And Antonio, you're absolutely right.
The boss man said we've been on break too damn long. We're supposed to have a 30-minute break. Y'all have been out here shooting the shit for 52 minutes and 32 seconds. I've been watching the clock.
And then we just look at that person and go, yeah, there you go.
Oh, who timing us? Wait a minute, who that timing us?
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, Mr. Supervisor.
My bad.
I had to finish that blunt cigarette. But anyway.
You see,
I ain't working no more, Red. I ain't working no more. They can't hold it against me. I ain't working no more. I smoke
this is the main reason I don't burn in my car or anywhere in the job anymore. I wait till I get home. You see, that's why y'all talk about me. Yeah, I wait till I get home in the safety because I can't afford no more trouble out there in them streets, boy.
All right. Let's go ahead and play this interview. Play the first speech that Raheem Morris gave the Atlanta Falcons players.
Oh, okay, I heard this.
Let's see what he got to say.
Hey, everybody, what's that? I'm Raheem.
Man, welcome, man. It's good to see a couple old faces, a couple new faces.
You talk so fast.
Man, go ahead, sit down, man. Sit down somewhere if y'all got a place to sit.
Sit down, boy. I'm talking.
To the first day of the all-season program, man. I just want to let you guys know we're going to start this phase one thing out, man, but I want to give you a couple of staff intros. You got a little Jimmy Lake, our defensive coordinator. Come on down, Jimmy. We got Zach Robinson, our offensive coordinator. And we have Marquise Williams returning as our special teams coordinator. Young Keese. So, the next thing, man, let's talk about this, man. I want to be world-class in everything we do, and not just I. I'm talking about Terry. I'm talking about all hands on deck with all our coaches. I'm talking about Ryan. I'm talking about Kyle Smith. I'm talking about everybody across the board, this building, Arthur Blank. We want to be world-class in everything we do, and I'm really going to put a wholehearted effort to doing that, right? We're gonna identify some problems and we're gonna attack them. We got a whole lot of things you're gonna see around this building that's being changed, but I want to have a world-class environment. And what does that mean, man? Let's talk about the plan. It's gonna be a team and a family environment. A team and a family environment. Man, I want all of you guys to be able to talk to me, communicate at a high level. Man, it's already started. I've got communication from Kirk Cousins. I got communication from Jesse Bates and what he's doing, when he's doing it. Bijan Robinson, what's going on, what's happening in his life. All the people.
Best players on each side of the ball.
Everybody's important. I don't care what you play, what you do for this organization. I want you to have that type of environment, that type of feeling with us. Right? The next thing we just talked about it. I want a world-class football education. And that's going to come from these coaches, right? These coaches we brought in, I got a lot of respect for, and I believe in them as far as everything we're talking about from an education standpoint and all the stuff that you guys want in order for us to be the best that we could possibly be every single day, right? Here's the other plan, the personal development, right? Personal development. What does that mean, man? Mental health is real, right? And we're going to attack this full-blown and full out. If you need help, we're going to find ways to get it for you. We brought Lovey a part of this program. We brought Nando a part of this program, and we'll get everything we need. Whether it's just me talking to you or it's with somebody talking to you from a professional level, we'll have all those things in place, and we'll get them in detail in our buildings when we need them, why we need them, whatever the case may be. That's just what it is. And at the end of this thing, man, we'll be community contributors, right? There is no better example than Grady in the back of the room and what he's done for the city of Atlanta. Grady came out, turned into the superstar, and now he's all over the community. The boy got commercials. His mama got commercials. It is what it is, man. Right? We're going to be a part of this community, man. It's real, right? That's what we got to be. That's what I want us to be. That's what I'm embracing, right? We got Buster named after us right now, right? Now, Bijan, you got to sell that pitch to the marketing department to get right, but that's on you, right? That's on you, right? But I want to be community contributors, and that's very important to me. We are building a world class for you and you only, and you, the players. That's the most important thing to us. But that's what's going on right now, so you know. All right, here it is, man. Another part of this thing. And let's start working on our identity, right? Identity in these things like this comes about, and coaches say it, but it don't really come to life until you turn the tape on. Cool! Young way, right? It don't come to life till you start working on this stuff and you start to do it yourself, right? But I want this to be a competitive. I want this to be about tough.
and I want you to be about a physical football team. And let the results find out where they go. Let them land where they may. Right? You put this stuff on tape, let that land where it may. Man, it started in that O-line room. The next part of this thing, man, is the skill development and the teaching and the core of our coaching. Hey, man, we're going to get everything out of every single player in here. I don't give a who you are. I'm going to find out what you can do, how you can do it, and see if it can work in the National Football League on our team or somebody else's.
Hold down, coach. Hold down.
To collect a paycheck
Just April.
somewhere in the National Football League that goes beyond the Atlanta Falcons to that shield, right? Let's find a way. Football is only the beginning, right? That's just the beginning, right? You can't just worry about football, man. It's all of us invested in you guys and invested in who we are and how we're going to do it, right? It starts and ends with our relationships. It does. Right? We're building that right now with the coaches. Man, we're talking about the coaching staff and how we want to do it, man, working together. Man, all of us, right? All hands on deck. We're working on our scouting staff. Ask Terry, man. We're getting together. We're talking about the people we bring in, how we going about our free agency plan, how we going about our draft plan. Everybody's going to be a part of this thing. It's constant communication. It's collaboration. It's all the words that you heard us talking about, right? This is the vision. This is what we sold. This is the plan. As players, now it's on you. How close can we get in this room? How close can we become? How much further can we go? How much more of a leader can you be, AJ? How much more vocal can you be? How can we do it, Koo, all together? How do we form these relationships? We're in the weight room, running with grip. How do we do those things? We got to make that look different.
Called out AJ.
The difference in the NFL, people sit in these seats. You guys make the difference. You guys change everything. You guys determine winning. Nobody else. Not the outside world at all. The people in these seats, the people sitting around this thing, we provide the help. That's what we do. We provide the help. We support at the highest level. And if we're not, call us out. We'll call you out if you're not playing the right way. That's what we about.
Thank you.
Right? As a team.
We'll call you out, Raheem. You better believe it.
Jesse want to win a Super Bowl. And you cannot win it today. But you can certainly start working towards that. You definitely can. And this
Exactly,
is
Diva.
Yep, I agree. I agree, Diva.
Hustling, right? Hustling. It is the first thing that we have to
Hustling.
do. It has to be our foundation. We got to outrun the South.
Everybody hustling.
Right? Let's be real. We got to outrun the South. We win the South.
Outrun the South.
We go to the playoffs. You get in the playoffs, you don't know what the can happen. You just don't.
Man, I don't heard enough, really, man. Hope you don't save some of these bullets now. Man, you already got me pumped up. I'm good. I'm finna take a restroom break from the coach at this point because, man, I don't heard enough. Dude. What was that word in Jerry Maguire? Fool, you had me at hello. Man. This speech was off the chain, man. This is the speech you supposed to give at the beginning of training camp, not in April. Man, I wonder what speech gonna be like in training camp or at the beginning of mini camp.
I gotta go. I'm telling you right now, his cadence sounded so much like Mike Tomlin. But when you were hearing some of those impactful things he was saying, and then it's like when he was calling out the guys' names, you know, I always made the joke that when you do that, you're trying to make sure everyone's awake. But my God, man.
He made sure, look, if I call out Bijan and Kurt and AJ and whoever else playing,
and Grady. He highlighted
ain't nobody
on the jump.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody immune from me. I'm gonna get right up there, but I swear, it looked like he wanted to get right. I swear, if somebody was standing right in front of him, he might have kicked the body top of that fool. That's how crunk he was getting, man. It looked like he was ready to go out and practice right now.
Y'all remember the coach in college that castrated the bull in front of his players?
Lord.
Oh God! Why you gotta bring that up?
Wilson, you ain't never seen that.
I don't.
Hold on, what?
Yes.
You about to make Winston cry in pain. He over there hurting over after what you said.
Yeah.
You said castrated.
Let me see.
I seen the high school coach that ran through the locker room door. To lead the team out on the field.
I remember.
But they took the door out to Hendricks. If you really sit there and pay attention, you get to the door out the head. But I've seen that sitting there castrating a bull. They ain't in the count as a bull.
Dude, I don't think
that fool. Then Jeff, then what's that coach name from the Redskins? Jack Del Rio. Did he bring a log or something in the Redskins?
An axe, and he chopped in his leg.
Yeah, some type of wood. Like, you commando? You Arnold Schwarzenegger commando or something? Bringing axes and wood up in the locker room? You crazy MF? That dude crazy, man.
Oh, Paul Bunyan here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys, there's no one even. Well, there's that one, but also, what was it? Here's the thing: I'll take those kind of guys because they're intense. They're trying to do something. I just rather have that versus Sergeant Slogan or the last guy we had where he's like, the variables. There's a lot of variables to our game.
I'm smarter than you.
I ain't know. Has Arthur Smith even given a speech? I never heard of. That's what I'm trying to understand. How did he get this? How in the world did he persuade Arthur Blank to get him a job? I mean, because now I can see how Raheem can get a job talking like that. Man, this dude persuaded me.
Hi, I'm Arthur. He said, Arthur. Hi, I'm Arthur. My dad owns FedEx.
My daddy's rich.
You own.
Give up. What your daddy do, boy? I'm trying to win football games, you little buster. Get out my office.
Hold on. Because at the end of the day, every NFL team owner are always visiting them. We can make money together. You can give me a shot. We can, a little quid pro quo, and that would happen. And then it just got bad enough where I can't hide you no more.
Boy.
Arthur, this is Arthur talking to you. I can't hide you no more. I can't do it anymore. And then you got punked by the Saints the last game of the season, and you ran out there like you had hot Cheetos in your pants, and ain't doing that, and you just made it look even worse. You gotta go.
Right. You should at least did something. I would have, man. If I knew I was gonna get fired, man, me and Dillis Allen, we finna come to blows right there in the middle of that pitch, right? That's what I'm saying. Cause I know I'm gonna get fired. I might as well go out. I'm going out in style, baby.
I would have fired off on Dennis Allen. I would sit his ass about 5 yards.
No, cause that black dude would have knocked him out. He was ready. I'm telling you, that black dude who called him a punk. I'm telling you, Winston. Look at the video again. When he approached Dennis Allen, it's a black coach for the Saints that's right there behind Arthur Smith. He was ready. So Arthur, you might have got one shot at Dennis Allen, but boy, you would have got Draymond Green like 2 seconds later.
Can't win them all, Hasselhoff. Can't say
you right. You would have got one shot, and that would have been it.
You know what? If he had fired off on Dennis Allen, it would have been him. And then the black dude who took it and jumped on him. And the black dude took it and jumped on his ass and skipped him up proper. He might have still had a job. Arthur Blank being Arthur Blank. Remember when Vic was messed up, he was wheeling his ass around in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm kind of glad you're right. I'm kind of glad he didn't do that. He would have kept him for sympathy. He would have got his ass whooped. He would have been laid up in the hospital room saying,
"You want in your right mind? Go ahead and take the off season.
I'll give you one more year.
I'm gonna give you one more year."
We probably would have gotten Justin Fields.
Anyway, I'm kind of glad that didn't happen. Because boy, I like the direction we going in. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm just really happy. As miserable as I was a few months ago, I'm just like with my Falcons. I'm just so happy with the. Now, of course, when the game started, we don't do what we're supposed to do on the channel too. But right now,
hey, I found it.
Oh,
Jackie Sherrill, Mississippi State University. Mississippi State University, he invited the Bulls owner to castrate the animal on the practice field in the week preceding the team's victory over the University of Texas at Austin. The Texas mascot is a longhorn steer.
Oh God.
And this was back in 92.
1992.
This back in 92.
I went to high school.
Oh, look, John, now back in '92, I won't never back.
Now look, now I remember. hey.
Man,
Now wait a minute. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was more recent than that, but I remember that happening. We were talking about it at work. We were talking about it at work. Man, do you know them Joe cut them bull nuts off?
Oh my God!
Man, that fool cut that bull nuts off, man. Right in front of the team. I said, oh,
you were talking about that at work, and at that time, me at work, I was talking about ABCs and color.
You didn't need to see it. You didn't need to see it at your young age. No, you didn't need to see it.
You would have gave Winston nightmares. He would have been traumatized.
See, wait a minute. See, I didn't know I had a boss.
I grew up on the farm. I
didn't know I had a boss.
Been there, done that.
I know, man.
But okay, now I want to get back. To this.
Yeah, let's get back to that video.
Since Tonio wants us to have super chats and stuff. Hey, no, I can't have a super chat because I got to have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
you got to get to a certain amount.
Yeah, I got to get to a certain plateau.
Let's subscribe to our guys. So,
hey, Tonio, if you want super chat,
everybody in the chat, please like, subscribe. And
like and subscribe.
Put on any and everybody.
Tell everybody.
See, and well, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I just want to get this out. Now, all during the time that I've been on Facebook in the Atlanta Bird Gang group and in various other groups, especially when Matt Ryan was quarterback.
Yep.
And I would go up to the training camp and I would go and see various things go on. And that was, and they used to have the wide receivers and the quarterbacks right next to the hill where people could sit up there and be right close to the action and watch the quarterbacks throw to the wide receiver. Matt Ryan throwing to Julio, Matt Ryan, whatever. I'm right there.
On the hill.
And it will be all like a doggone stain. Matt Ryan standing up there staring the man down, throwing the ball. I get to the fence. Ryan, quit staring at the receiver.
That's my
Now I got put out. Now I'm trying to tell you, I got put out of there 2 times. I got put out of Fiery Branch 2 times because coaches coming over. Hey, what are you doing? Look, man, you supposed to be the quarter. Which one of y'all the quarterback coach? Who telling that? Who has got that man watching that man all the way down there? See, that's what the man been trying to tell y'all, and he told y'all on Thursday Night Football that he saw y'all watching the damn man. Stop watching the receiver. Look this way. Throw the other way. Look that way. Throw the other way. Don't let the defensive backs get a key as the way you throwing the ball because they looking at you. Y'all getting paid all this damn money. I'm sitting up here. I'm up here for free, burning up in this damn sun, and y'all out here screwing up here doing the same stupid mess that you've been doing. Well, you got to go. You got to go. Hey man, I'll go. But am I lying? And people up there in the bleach just cracking up laughing. Yeah, I mean they just laugh.
Before I go,
that old man go. I said I don't give a freaking look. That's the reason we lost the damn Super Bowl because you doing all stupid crap.
John sound like Bill Cosby. Let me tell you,
man. And then because one time I walked off before they could get to me. I'm going to watch the damn defensive lineman hit. Shit, y'all keep doing this old stupid mess over here, and y'all want to know why people don't come down here. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
I see John hopping the fence.
How are you not banned from Flowery Branch, man?
Winston, John just. Boy, let me tell you something.
They probably gonna
But
have
see
your
that,
picture around.
but see that's my point. That's my point. When I would get in the Bird game and talk about
got tears.
when I would get in the Bird game and I would talk
This is
about
funny.
what the
I'm trying
Falcons
not
were
to joke over
doing
here.
in practice.
Mm-hmm.
I would be talking about what the Falcons be doing in practice. And
Yeah.
how you practice is how you play.
Yeah.
It sound like New Edition, man.
I'm just that's what the problem was. Because see, when Dan Quinn was here, he didn't hold anybody accountable.
Thank you.
We'll get it right the next time.
Sergeant slogan.
We'll get it right
Believe
the
in the
next time.
brotherhood.
What
Believe
the
in the
hell is a
brotherhood.
damn
And it's
brotherhood?
gonna work out.
Yeah, it's gonna work out. Don't worry about it. When we get in the game, we'll clean it up. We'll clean it up in the game.
This.
That would it look worse in the game.
Get the vest. Get the vest.
Yeah, I said, man,
I would have dropped Dan Quinn on the back of his neck too if I had a chance.
See, it was just stupid. Cause see, I remember one time I was up at Suwannee.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was up at Suwannee with Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
Dan Reeves got pissed because they were not running that play. Man, Dan Reeves made them joker work on that play for the whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
And see, this was when they had 2 a day. Because the jokers had already been out there at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning till around 11. They had to come back out there at 2:33 and work till about 5. And see, it was about 5:45. Them jokers were gas, and y'all gonna run this until we get it right. Y'all gonna run it till we get it right. Because man, I mean, look, he was beating them jokers like the third monkey on the ramp to Noah's Ark, and it was starting to rain. he wore that ass out.
But that's what you have to do. You gotta think about it. For anybody to sit and say like, well, it's just practice, whatever. That's a simple-minded mentality. Because in the NFL anyway, like in basketball, you ain't really practicing because your games are too close. In the NFL, you have 5 days of practice.
Mm-hmm.
You have 5 days of practice. You want to play one game that week. You have 5 days of practice. If you can't consistently do this, doing out those 5 days, how do I expect you to do it on that one day when you really need to do it? Practice build habits.
Yes.
Practice build your habit.
That's how we know Riddle was sucking at practice. Because he had to be throwing picks and fumbles out in practice.
Man,
I want to bring this up.
in practice.
Yeah.
I want to bring this up. That in Ross' speech, I loved when he said, "We're gonna hustle." It's about hustling. It's about laying the groundwork, being accountable, being strong, physical. We're not playing games, man. And this is that when I said the cadence, the just matter of fact, this is what we are. We're building our legacy, and it starts today. That's what you need as a leader.
You know the best part about it though? When he said, hey, we doing all this for y'all because y'all the most important spot. Y'all the most important pieces of what's going on here. And if it's not for here, I still want you to get a job. We still trying to put you in a position that you will get a check in the NFL because that's the most important thing. That right there, as a player, hey man, I gotta go hard. Why? Because he's gonna put me in position, even if I don't make it here, which I want to make it here because I'm already here.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I don't make it here, he's gonna put me in position that I can keep getting paid. I can keep playing football. This is my lifelong dream. I've worked towards this point all my life, and he's not sitting there shutting the door on me.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't work out. Maybe I don't work out here, but I could be great over here. And he's gonna put me in position for me to showcase my talent for over here.
I can
Man,
see
hey,
why.
I'm sorry. Like for me, right there. Hey, coach, come on.
Yeah,
Tell
Winston.
tell them boys suit up.
Yep.
Meet me out there on the field.
Winston, I can tell you this.
Oklahoma drill.
He got those guys' attention, and I can see why everybody loves him. I can see why everybody stands by him. I mean, you got Tomlin, you got Sean McVay, you got guys, that were in those trenches with him. That
Not
were
just
strategizing.
not just the coaches, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the play now, and not
Well,
just
I'm saying though.
Oh yeah, you're right. But I'm saying,
Some
in
are,
addition to the coaches, he
Yeah.
got great players. I mean, all the players. I mean, Dono, Jalen Ramsey, all the not just random players. I mean, great players, all pro players speaking highly of the guy. And we all know him. It's not like he's a stranger, y'all. We know him when he was here coaching 2016. He was a coach on the best team in our history, and
He was
he's
a part
trying
of
to
it.
right that wrong. That's what I love about this
Yeah.
hire more than anything.
hungry.
He has
He's hungry.
unfinished business from
Legacy.
2016.
Yeah,
In Atlanta.
that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
Legacy.
he was on that team. I got to right that wrong right there because we were this
You know
close.
what? Come watch it. Just like me and you go back and forth
God.
about NBA and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, LeBron, Bron, Kobe.
Jordan's the best. Anyway.
Watch it. No, Jordan's not the best. But anyway. So but you gotta look at it. LeBron took it. LeBron went. LeBron got up to the promised land with a sorry team and couldn't cross it. What he had to do? He had to leave and go to Miami and go
learn
get
how
a
to
ring.
win. Yeah.
He had to learn how to win. He won. What did he do? He came back home to right that wrong. And that's what Raheem is doing.
I'm only going to accept that story because it fit. That's the only reason I'm going to listen to this story because it fit. Other than that, go ahead.
Man, go James.
Come on, go ahead.
He right here. He left. He came back. Just like that's exactly what I want Raheem to do. I just want that wrong from 2016 righted, and I need a coach that was on that team, that was on that sideline when it all happened. You got to be on the sideline when we actually get it. So that's right. That's what I love.
The first time Raheem publicly spoke, he said, I went through the up and down. He said we was right there. I've been here. We was right there. We didn't finish the job. He said I went through it. I had to leave, and when I left, I learned so much from so many different coaches of being around Sean McVay and the staff that he put together and the people that he brought around him and seeing how they organized and how they went about their business and how they approached the game and then being effective and being a part of them winning their Super Bowl ring. He said, now I'm coming back home and I'm gonna do the same thing here. He said that he has unfinished business, and I truthfully believe that he feels that in his heart because you already got a ring. You have a ring. You have a ring as a coordinator. You don't have a ring as a head coach, and that's the big motivator right now. A lot of people
when they get their first ring, coach. Yeah, if he's saying if he was the head coach first time around, that choke job wouldn't happen. See, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna finish the deal because I think he's trying to put together another explosive offense like that too. Because he know, man, if I can just, I know I'm gonna have my defense going strong. If I can just put together another explosive offense like I had in 2016, man, we're gonna be on the way. This division is weak. I know I can get this division. I'm just trying to get. See, I think in his mind, this is what I really think because I hope he's methodical like me. In his mind, this division is already won.
Hold on, who told you methodical?
All right, we'll save the jokes for later. Anyway.
That's for the outro.
I hope he's thinking like this. This division
the bloopers
is already won. I respect him with the team I'm putting together. This division already won. What he is trying to do, how can I get past that divisional round? What do I need to do to make this team good enough to get past that divisional round? I already know I'm going to win the division. I'm pretty sure Kirk can get me that first home game. I'm with the crowd together. That first home game in the Benz. I think I got that one. I need to get that divisional game, and I got to get. See, he's thinking past that. I hope so because that's what you got to
crazy
do.
that crowd would be.
Oh, the crowd would be awesome.
If we got a home game in the playoff for the first time since the Ben's been open, you know how crazy that crowd would be.
Yeah,
Good enough to wheel us to victory. No matter even if it's Kirk out there.
If I put it to you like that, it'd be close to 2016 NFC Championship game.
That's why I want
be close. I don't think it would be as much, but it'd be close there.
And that's why I made the comment about.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Is there anybody that you saw this past year that couldn't be beat?
In the NFC? No way. I think we could took any one of them teams, even from 49ers.
I think the 49ers will be tough, but I think we could beat them. I think we could beat any team.
Oh, we beat the 49ers with grenade man.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Hold on. Because that 49ers team, they were broke up on defense.
Yeah, they didn't have all their guys. Yeah.
They were missing like 6-7 starters on defense.
And I'm with Winston on that one.
That's true.
What I'm saying is,
I do believe if Arthur Smith said that executed his offense the way he should, with the talent that we had, I feel we could have.
Me too.
We could have beat him.
Because okay, and the reason why I'm saying this, okay, Kansas City and Frisco in the Super Bowl, they really didn't do too much to each other in their first half, except for mistakes that were made in the game. Because you had two West Coast offenses and their corresponding defenses playing each other. Yep. So it wasn't a situation where you could capitalize on the weakness in a West Coast offense or a defense that practice against a West Coast offense, because you knew your strengths and your weaknesses, and you battled to a virtual standoff in the first half until that fool
here we go
that fool, instead of falling on the ball, tried to pick it up. That's when the field changed. Yeah, and it was just a relatively easy touchdown to score.
When you have a turnover, it always switches the momentum, and that's what happened. It took the momentum.
And you did that, and all you had to do was fall on the ball, son. Just fall down on the ball. I mean, good, but so that's the reason why I was saying what I was saying about teams where there are no real juggernauts in the NFC. I'm just gonna limit it to the NFC because we got to come out from over here.
Yeah, we got to worry about the South, and I like what he said, outrun the South, and then it's like you look at the NFC. We're going to go against the NFC East this year, and and then the AFC West, and we got Pittsburgh, and I'm just going on. So that's what our schedule is looking like. I may have forgotten like a team or two or something, but I'm looking at that and I'm going. So we're going to face the Eagles, we're going to face the Giants, we'll face the Cowboys, and we'll face the Commanders, and I'm just going. The thing isn't the best teams that I'm worried about, John. It's how do we play against the teams we should beat? Because that has always been the Falcons' kryptonite, is when you're supposed to beat the team, that's when we just embarrass ourselves. Yeah, and if Raw can fix that, which I think he will, I'm really excited about this.
That's where I was going.
Well,
you got to remember, we get a new identity now. So I kind of want to. I'm trying to get fans off of the past and let's because we trying to form a new identity.
It's a very easy fix.
It is.
It's a very easy fix. Just let me address the team prior to the game.
Go for it, John.
Just let me address the team.
Here we go. Let's give John the spotlight. Spotlight, please.
Let me tell you, tell y'all something. Now, there's no fucking way that you are supposed to go out here and lay an egg against these bums, these uncircumcised Philistines that you're about to play. Don't have no business scoring 0.1 against this defense and this offense. Y'all, I had y'all out here in this heat all week in preparation for this game. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to see no heads duck. I don't want to see nobody lagging or dogging it out there on my field. The very first one of y'all that fumble my football, you may as well just go to the locker room. Just take your ass to the locker room right then. Just go to the locker room right then, because I don't want to see you on the sideline. I might castrate you right there on the sideline.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
See, we don't have time to be wasting. Y'all pilly pooped around here for 3 freaking years, didn't do nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing for the past 3 years. It's a new sheriff in town. It's a new day. Y'all come out here playing around out here. Somebody gonna get embarrassed out here on this field right here, because I'm gonna take this 2x2 and this 38. And I'm not gonna say a word. You're gonna hear a rat-a-tat-tat of my baseball bat on your head, and you're gonna hear pop, pop, pop. And it's gonna be just like Rice Krispies out here. All game long.
Go ahead, go out there and be the weasel. I'm a pop.
That's right.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
That's right. See, man. Thing is that these young'uns ain't had no coach talk to them like my coaches used to talk to them.
Uncircumcised Philistines.
Man, look here. You
got me popping over here.
You good for nothing, Jebusites and Hittites. You
people go, what's a Philistine? Don't worry, we'll talk about it later.
Man, look here
on Google and stuff.
Yeah,
man, look, I'm
say that again. How you spell it?
Thank you.
Hey, and then y'all talking while I'm talking. Son, you got something you want to say? Bring your ass up here. See, I've been on a piece of you ever since you got out here on this damn. You bring your ass on up here.
You funny man. Come
hey, man, it wouldn't be nothing for my coach to just forward on you in the chest. Man, look here. I would never forget this, y'all.
Yeah. I
was in high school. Sylvan High had lost the homecoming game. And I mean, it was to Rudy Poop. These jokers shouldn't even got off the bus. Okay, we lost the homecoming game. Doggone football coach, man, that Monday, he was just walking around the school because he was in charge of the safety patrol or whatever. Man, one of the football players walked by with a girl. That girl on the man, that joker fired off and forearmed that joker in the chest. Boom! knocked him on his ass in the damn hallway in front of the girl.
And nowadays,
now if you just take messed up.
See, like,
and then we'll make you walk. Then we'll make you walk around with the football. Then we'll make you walk around school with the football all the time. And then we'll tell various students, make him fumble it, make him drop it. And the joker hit him, and he drop it. Coach be right there.
Abuse. It's so awesome.
Man, look here. You had to have your head on a swivel 7 days a week. Man, I'm telling you, man.
I wish my coach would have did this. Some of my teammates after we lost some homecoming games.
Man,
they deserved it.
Hey, Winston.
We did.
My first 3 teams. Well, John, you know Mays High. My first 3 teams were bad as I don't know what. My senior year, we were good, but my first 3 years, boy, we were sorry.
What were you saying, Winston?
if you was a ball carrier and you fumbled, you had a problem fumbling during practice. If you fumble in the game, here you go. Here's the ball. You can tell the rest of the team, hey, look, every time you see him, I don't care where you see him.
Yep.
Punch that ball. Punch that ball. If you drop it, let me know. He tell other teachers around the school. If you see him drop the ball, let me know. You drop that ball? Oh yeah, it's all right. Hey, well I heard you drop the ball on 3 times. Okay. You got a bear call. Length of the field. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back.
Yeah, hey man.
Either you can get tired of dropping this ball, or you can get tired of doing the bear crawl. Whichever one is up to you. I'm gonna put it in your hand. Whichever one is up to you. And you keep on, all right. You're gonna sit on that bench. You gonna sit on the bench. I don't care how talented you is. You gonna sit on the bench. Why? Because at the end of the day, you hurting my team. This is my team. It ain't yours. This is my team. He tell you quick. Coach Bishop sit to tell you quick. This is my team, not yours. You may be a star for the team, but at the end of the day, I run this thing. You're hurting my team. And if you can't get right, I got a spot for you. And they ain't gonna be on the field, gonna be on that bench.
Hey, Winston.
Yeah, there you got NILs and all that. You can't talk to them like that.
God, you can't.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Hey,
These
Winston.
players making more money than the coach make. What's going on, John?
Hey, Winston, you see what I got up there on the screen, though?
Bull in the knife. My God. Diva,
See,
come on,
you
man.
know what? You can't tell certain folks stuff.
Yeah, you can't tell everything to everybody.
You can't tell certain folks stuff because see, thing here now, that's liable to be on a flag.
You will get alerted now.
Come on, Diva. Don't hurt us, Diva.
You two had censored your content.
Don't hurt us, Diva. Please don't hurt us.
Yes, she actually took the time.
What does hold on? So what does Arthur Smith, Michael Vick, Isla Iverson, and castrating bulls have in common? We talked about it on the eye test.
I can't help. I look. I brought it up. It's my fault.
You always in bound, but nothing off limits.
Man, I brought it up. Oh boy!
I love our faces when John brought it up. We're just like, wait a minute, that was a
1992, man. 1992.
1992. I remember it like it was yesterday, though, Wilson. I'm sorry. But there's one more thing. There's something that I wanted to tell everybody who tunes in to us on both Facebook as well as YouTube.
Yep.
It has come to my attention after Steve's show. He was saying that Facebook will no longer allow StreamYard, the platform that we're using to talk to you on Facebook as well as YouTube. Facebook will no longer allow StreamYard. And Winston, it was confirmed. I meant to get back with you on it, but it was confirmed that they're going to do that. Now, it puts us, as well as all of the other content creators, in a real pickle because of the fact that we have YouTube followers and we have Facebook.
Oh, man. That's how we do our show, too.
Yeah, Red. And you didn't hear about that, Red?
I heard about it now.
Yeah. So, what
StreamYard? They trying to lose money?
No, StreamYard's still good. It's just Facebook is being more strict.
Facebook's not going to permit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, they're gonna block a third. They call it third party streaming or whatever. But it's StreamYard is a very convenient platform.
Yes.
To combine everything, plus the fact it enhances my signal. It enhances my signal.
I heard.
And I think Now, Winston, we had a little problem with it when we were together up there. But it was some type of way we worked it out. Well, no. What we eventually did, we just recorded. We just recorded.
Man, that's gonna kill us. That's gonna kill
Hey, Wilson, I'm still having problems putting that recording onto Facebook. That's why you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
that's why you haven't seen it, because it was.
Send it to me, and I'll see if I can upload it.
Also, real quick, let me help someone out, help y'all out, because this is something that I've learned when I first started doing podcasting with the wrestling shows I used to do. What I would do is I would just post, the YouTube link so people come see the show. I would post it on my Facebook and just say, hey, click here, join me. All right. So that I think that's where we need to go, is like in the iTest group, we're going to post it, hey, come over to the YouTube to see us here. And then when they come to the YouTube, we can get them through the StreamYard and get them through there. But honestly, that's basically how it was when we started running shows, and I was doing interviews with wrestlers and stuff. So, I got to go here. I think StreamYard is great. I think Facebook is stupid for trying to minimize, but we can always work and get the Facebook folks just, put that link in there, because what I like is when you can create a show, and that's what y'all do, is you put the show and then you can get the link through, and that's why when I share, I always like sharing it from the YouTube versus Facebook, because YouTube will always have that link embedded and you're good to go. So,
okay.
And if you have any questions, please talk to me, because I don't mind helping in that, because that's stuff I used to do all the time.
Okay. Well, thank you for your expertise on that.
I mean,
and what a lot of people don't understand too, when using, all right, so say I go live on Facebook to try to do a show, I can only add one person. On Facebook, I can only add one person. So this panel right here wouldn't be what it is. The show that we are able to bring y'all every week wouldn't be the same without the help of StreamYard. StreamYard allows you to have 10 people on the panel at any given time. You know what I'm saying? So what we need for y'all to do is share the content, help us build this YouTube up more. Tune in on YouTube every week, 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna grow together. We're gonna grow together. We're gonna figure it out together, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves together.
Heck yeah.
Yep. And let me make sure that I always make sure that I tell you guys about how much we appreciate you guys tuning in, watching us, needling us needling you back, poking and picking and arguing and fussing or whatever, because we got a good thing here, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent thing here. And I always got to thank Winston for encouraging me to do this. Because see, I was in retirement mode. Look here, I was sitting up here drinking Mai Tais, Mojos, and hoo-hoos and stuff. Man, he does. And lighter fluid and whatever the hell is.
Wait a minute, what John? What's
that I could pour over some ice, But
here we go, boy.
Now we just took the really sharp turn here.
John, they're drinking that white lightning.
Yeah.
Don't worry about my slits.
Yo, and I had
proof it had octane.
BP gasoline drink over there.
White lightning gives you that road.
My drink.
But the thing is that, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, look, it would be meaningless if you guys weren't every week part of it. And there are going to be some other shows, me, Winston, C-Dub, Red. We'll come on. We might not even have a show. We might get on here and just start cussing because somebody done stepped on my toe. Yeah. God, and just start hauling off, just fussing. You know. Well, that's the way my boss used to always start. God damn it. You know, and going on into whatever it was he was talking. And then, you know, sometimes things happen where you just have to haul off and say, look, I need to talk with y'all about something. Look, these low down dirty stuff, you know, and then go on and say what it is you got to say. Yeah. You know, because there are times that you just got to let it go. You can't hold it, you know. So this is the platform.
Understand that sometimes.
Yeah, you know, this is the platform for, I guess, controlled ventilation.
Control chaos. Control chaos.
Yeah, control chaos.
You know, we get along fine.
yeah, and you know, it's a weekly thing where we all can get together and talk about whatever. You know, we'll start on the subject just like tonight. You know, one question asked about the past. Hey, you know, hey.
We're just going on a ride. We just start, we start straight, and then we just.
Yeah, and you know, every now and then
this week, man, fellas.
Yeah, and you know, every now and then, you know, you have to do that just to bust up the monotony, bust up the levity, because see, thing is that football news roundabout now, we're going to be scraping for every little morsel or whatever until the last part of this month, when the draft takes place.
And we're gonna have fun with the draft.
We'll have little morsels and things of that sort, and we might do a draft show.
We should do it like either a live react or definitely like a mock draft show or something.
John, you want to do a draft show?
You know what? Y'all better decide, because it might be some people that's gonna come up with that idea now. Y'all be
well, you know,
I know Tied In on doing the show.
Yeah,
they've been there for like 4 years straight.
Yeah, so if we want,
either we can tap in with them, or we can do a show ourselves.
Yeah, okay. Now,
I would say let's tap in and ask them.
Don't have me taking our work for nothing now.
Red. Hey, let me. I got to make sure I'm in town, cause I got to make sure I'm in town, and even if I'm not,
Winston probably could do it. Yeah, we could ask Larry or
I might go on live. If nobody else go on live, I might go on.
Yeah, if I'm not available, you know, since and especially since, you know, YouTube and Facebook was splitting up as far as StreamYard is concerned.
Oh man,
you know, you all can do that. I mean, you know, hey, I'm game. I want to do it, but see, I can't promise that I'll be. Can't promise that I'll be in town, because see now
I'll get you the dates. I'll get you the dates real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah,
well, it's the last week of the month, I think.
It's 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah, last week of the month.
26th, 27th. It's 1 and 2.
Yeah, now you know
your schedule. You know your schedule.
25th to the 27th. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But John, what we could do is you could start the show. If you're not available to do the show, you could start a show, and we sign on and then just run the show.
Yeah, I can. I can leave it. I can just leave the show running.
Yeah,
you know, cause see, like right now, I'm doing it on my Android phone. I'm not even doing it on a computer. I'm doing it on my Android.
I'm on the laptop right now.
Yeah, I'm actually on my tower here.
Because see, my laptop, he ain't got much lap left.
Yeah, I gave my laptop to my son.
He ain't got much lap left, so you know, hey man, I done poured all the water in it that he gonna take.
My boy got this bigger 3D printer. It's like, and oh my god, the things he's making, it's like freaking amazing.
Hey,
I can't even lie.
Tonio funny, man.
Yeah,
you see what Tonio? See Tonio? See,
you know, that Crisco.
He just, you know, he just calling out stuff he saw on TV. He don't know nothing.
Tonio tired, man. He tired.
Slits,
he don't know nothing about that.
Antonio tired. He need to go to sleep.
Look,
He
we're
got
not.
a little better.
Hold up. We're not those TikTokers that just found out about MD 2020.
Oh man, did you
No,
see
no.
that? Winston, did you see that?
Died laughing.
The first time I ever got drunk, I was what, 15, 16, was MD 2020.
Was it what flavor? What flavor?
It was the burden jump. They didn't have all the flavors.
Okay, because the one that I remember was the red. So
yeah, it was red. It was like burgundy color.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the original. Yeah, that's the original.
Ooh, burns.
You see them? Did you see them youngers on there talking about they had just discovered it, Winston?
Yeah, that's what they kept on saying in it.
They had just discovered.
They should have buried it back then.
Yeah, they should have.
They should have put it back where it was at.
Hey, Winston, I wrote to John. I said, man, they don't want to mess with the bull. Just leave the slits alone. Don't you touch it.
Man, look. I said, let them go on. See them. Let them go on.
Yeah.
They need to live that. They need, like I said, they need to learn to love porcelain. They need to learn to love porcelain.
I spit my drink out when I saw you going. They need to learn how to love in all these toilets, and I'm just like,
no, I'm talking about.
If they sit and mess with that, they're gonna invest about $100-something on a good what's the little thing, the little mat,
oh God,
for knee support.
Yes, to cushion the knees.
They're gonna spend a lot of time there.
Oh Lord!
Oh, can I make a plug for something I'm doing this weekend?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, guys. We don't really talk about it much, but I've been doing wrestling shows again, or I'm reviewing wrestling, and it is WrestleMania time. And there's this Hollywood star named The Rock. He's going to be in this thing. Well, Berto and me, we normally do live reacts. We're not doing it for WrestleMania because he's going to both nights at WrestleMania. So we're going to be doing a review show of both nights of WrestleMania. We're going to do it on Monday. So keep your ears open. We'll probably post it on YouTube as well, and we're going to be putting it on Facebook, or at least putting the link out there. But me and Berto, we're going to basically do a WrestleMania post show where we're just going to go over everything. He's going there, so I'm going to be picking his brain how the crowd was and everything. He's going to Philly. I can't wait. This is probably going to be the best one. They've been building it up really good with The Rock. I mean, Final Boss, it's great. The Cody Rhodes stuff. If you're a wrestling fan and you know the stories, you know it's going to be good. So I'm looking very forward to this weekend.
And what's your channel?
Well, it's the C Double channel. It's C Double. It's on YouTube. It should be under C Double alone, and I'll double check and I'll send it to you so you could share it too for me. But like I said, it should be on my YouTube page, and it's gonna say C Double. That me and Antonio were talking. We're gonna go under my channel, so I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really great.
All right. Oh, that Ron Thomas is.
I know, Ron.
Man, Ron, it's Thursday morning, Ron.
Ron 4 hours late.
Man,
come on, Ron.
Woo, Ron, man.
C-Dub said you were coming, Ron. Look here.
He was coming, and sure enough, he showed up. But he's showing up like, well, we're signing off.
Oh, look at him. Look at that.
You do Texas to Chris. Oh God.
Oh, damn mercy.
Hey, Jesus.
Ron, you pulling up to the party when the DJ packing his stuff in the trunk.
Yeah, I got my gear. It's in the car. I'm going to Waffle House.
I'm finna go.
Yeah.
I'm finna.
I got my slits.
Hey, Red, where they gonna find you at this weekend?
They're going to find me at the Red and Real Sports Show Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Now, with the news, the breaking news we've been discussing this evening, I'm not sure if it'll be just Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. on YouTube with a link on Facebook, or YouTube and Facebook. We shall see. But anyway, tune in. You know, I'm your boy Red. I be on my Facebook page. I be Atlanta Bird Gang, the Eye Test, kicking it with your boys John, Winston, C-Dub, and the rest of the Atlanta Bird Gang. And like I say, Red and Real Sports Show Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Tune in, and we'll be talking about the weekly sporting news.
Mm-hmm. Good show.
Thank you,
All
C-Dub.
right. And Winston, what you got? What you got, boss? What you got?
Yeah.
You catch me all day, every day, and the Eye Test Atlanta Bird Gang, both on Facebook and YouTube. Reels and shorts are coming soon to the Eye Test on YouTube.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled for that.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you who have come through, and to all of you guys that have been on the panel tonight, Winston, Red, C-Dub, Tonio, Ron. I'm gonna give Ron 5 minutes of credit.
Steven from the check down.
Steve, yeah, Steve from the check down, as well as all of the folk in the chat, Miss Diva.
Yes, thank you, Miss Diva.
We're trying to keep her from cutting stuff. Please don't cut. Don't cut. And Millie Mills, everybody.
Yes.
We really appreciate you guys coming through, hanging with us as we experience this growth. And show grades for tonight. Everybody who left early gets a D.
Yeet.
You didn't finish the whole class, and especially Antonio. Antonio, you get a D. You left early.
What Joy said? If you want to avoid me shooting in the gym,
yeah, I mean, all the classes are electives. I mean, you gonna flunk cooking?
I like
home ec.
Home ec, baby. That was fun back then.
Look, I don't care if you put Play-Doh on the pan and put it in the oven. Put some in the oven and cut it on.
Man, don't give these kids ideas. John, don't give these kids ideas.
I'll give, let me see, C-Dub, you get an A. Winston, you get a.
Break it up and you gonna go ahead first.
And Red, you get an A.
Yes.
And for the sake of the bell curve, I'll take Atlanta Public Schools C-, just for the sake of the bell curve, because bell curve. I don't know which one.
John get an A+, man.
John, you get an A, bro. You the boss.
John get an A+. You said they held it down when I was on.
Yeah.
Look.
Got it on course, y'all will have a great conversation. John get an A++.
Mm-hmm. And an A++ for the birthday boy.
I'm gonna take that C because I might hold it against you. I might bring it back up and rub it in your face. So I'm gonna take that C for humility's sake. And
John out here back out there hustling.
No.
I'm gonna take the C and hold it against you.
Yeah, I'll hold it against you.
I want a bad grade so I can hold it against you.
You gonna need me before I need you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I don't care what you get. I will be here.
Uncertified.
I will be here. It don't make no never mind me. All right. Gentlemen,
yes.
Gentlemen, ladies in the chat, gentlemen in the chat, people in the chat, people in Atlanta. Hey, we is go.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Next week, y'all.
See ya.